Hello and welcome to the next episode of Joe Martin Show. Today I'm here with Bummertrash. So can you guys introduce yourselves?
Okay. I guess I'll go first.
Okay.
My name's Angel, and I'm the lead singer and rhythm guitarist for Bummertrash.
I'm Oliver. I play lead guitar and I sing like once in a while, but yeah, it's mostly just guitar.
My name's Frank. I play bass.
And I'm Logan. I play the drums.
So how did you guys all get together as a band?
All right, it goes a little back. So me and him, we've known each other since elementary. Me and him go way back. And then so I used to have this solo project. No, it started as a band with me and him called Acoustic Trash, where it was basically just a really shitty electronic drum set and an acoustic guitar. And that was it. And we were legit recording songs off like the school Chromebook.
Why was it called Acoustic Trash?
Because it's acoustic and it's trash.
Just trash? Okay.
Yeah, and they were like, what's your genre? Oh, it's acoustic trash. That's it. And then I don't really remember where the Bummertrash name came at some point, but I was like, oh, I'm going to start doing my own stuff because it was like we would hang out all the time, but it was rare that he'd go with me like with the drum set and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'll just do my own stuff in the meantime. And then I had my solo project, which I eventually called Bummertrash. And then so I was doing, you could find them all on SoundCloud and Spotify still. I was doing a bunch of solo tracks. And eventually I was like, oh, I kind of want to do them live. So I started doing the live thing a bit, just acoustic shows every now and then. And then I was like, oh, now I want to do it with like a band. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know any bassists. And then we were both in percussion in high school. So it's like, hey, you want to play drums with me?
And then I didn't have drums besides the electronic drum set. And then one of my friends was selling some for like, I think he said for 200.
It was less. It was like
150 maybe?
Yeah,
130?
it was cheap.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was like a PDP drums. And I was like, yeah, I got the money for that. I'll take them. And took them, and they were very bad. And I didn't even tune them or do anything. And then he invited me to play Harlingen, I think our first show. And it was like terrible.
Oh no, it was like two people in Harlingen. It was fun though, and that was like our first experience playing just as a duo band. And then I think Ollie could explain how he joined.
What happened was I was in another band a long time ago called TV Flesh, and we were going to have a show, and one of the bands on the bill was also Bummertrash, who I had never heard of, and we were just there like waiting to go on, and then Angel went on first, and it was like really, really surprising. Like it caught me off guard because it's not every day you see someone like who's like what, like 5'5" with like the afro and like the hat playing like really well written emo songs, like to the like really well written to the point where it's like I don't know. It's to me it sounded really good, like like radio ready. Like I was like, this guy's amazing. I wish like dude. I can't believe I just like found out about this guy. But before I could talk to him after the set was over, he was already gone. And then I was like, oh, well. So after that, like a year passed where I just like, didn't talk to him. And my brother gave me the idea to message him on Instagram saying that like I'd be willing to play music with him or, for him. And yeah, it just started like my brother and I tried to do some music with him from then on, and then my brother like backed out, but I stayed in the band. And then later, once we got Frank, it turns out me and Frank were at the same show. Like that, like we both saw Angel, and like all three of us just didn't know each other, which is like crazy coincidence.
I was gonna mention that when it was my turn to say like how we met and everything. Well, I was in another band called Jetwad. I don't know if you ever heard it. Or not, but it was like way back, like in 2017 to 2019 before COVID. And it was a 3-piece band. I was in drums, and I had 2 other members, Ed and Ethan, that play guitar and bass. And yeah, we were just going through that, and we had this one show at this place called Sauce House, and we were playing second, but first it was Bummertrash.
Okay.
And I was like, who's Bummertrash? And we went to the show. We went there early, and I caught a glimpse of the set that you played. and it was literally just you with a guitar, no, or ukulele.
No, it was guitar.
Guitar, okay. Yeah, and from then on, I was like, holy shit, like this is
I was like,
interesting.
this guy's got the voice, got
Yeah.
the lyrics. That's amazing.
After that show, I checked out his music on Spotify, and I started listening to everything that he put out during that time. And fast forward like a few years later, I would say 1 year or 2 years after the pandemic,
It was like 2021.
2021.
Yeah, I would have been 21.
Yeah, 2021, like somewhere in fall. He posted like on a story on his, band Instagram saying we're looking for a bassist. And I was like, man, I'm not doing anything. So like for a while already, I'm down to play. And I messaged him. And from there, like we met up at Oliver's house here. My phone fell and it cracked. and Logan just said like, oh shit, is your phone all right? And like, I think so. And in my head, I just thought like, this is gonna be a special moment.
I'm gonna remember that.
I'm gonna remember this. It's gonna be a pivotal moment in my life.
Mm-hmm. And just it's crazy thinking that just one show changed the trajectory of everybody's life.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that butterfly effect.
And we didn't even like talk to each other at that show.
Yeah, we didn't know anybody.
We just
like,
all happened to be there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, because I always think about that, like in life in general, just like how many things could have just gone wrong in one like event specifically, and then it could have just changed everybody's trajectory.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Small
Like
world.
off topic, but I had this coworker. I used to work at Stars Drive-In, so I had this coworker. His name's Eddie. Shout out Eddie if he ever sees this. So I didn't know the guy. He was new, so like it was kind of awkward. And then once we get to talking, I'm like, "So, what'd you last work?" He was like, "Oh, I was a manager at Taco Bell." And I was like, "Oh, which one?" The one here on 10th Street. And I was like, "Oh, then you must know Logan because Logan used to work there too."
I was also manager at Taco Bell.
And then so like, oh, we found out that we were connected, and apparently we all went to the same middle school together too.
Oh wow, yeah, it's a small world.
Yeah,
Which are-
I knew Eddie. Eddie didn't know me. Eddie knew Angel. Angel didn't know Eddie.
Yeah.
It's just like
This whole web we got
And
here.
just to find out, I think like 2 weeks ago it was a couple weeks ago we had a Bummertrash show, and then I had a neighbor who I also knew since middle school just down the street. So he was like, "Oh, can I come by?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like anyone can come by. So he came by, and then turns out he also knew Eddie from like a whole different thing. Like,
oh what?
his name's Luis. So Eddie's cousin plays D&D with Luis like once a month or something, and then Eddie's gone a few times. So yeah, it's a crazy small world.
Yeah, that's how I felt like when I first got into the scene, which was like, 2 years ago. The fact that everybody already knew each other, I was kind of like, oh shit. So then like you guys were talking, and like I know about Gusto and a bunch of others. I'm just like, oh wow, it's this huge web of just people just knowing each other. Scary.
Yeah, it's a whole connection.
Yeah, but
weird.
it's great. I guess just because people sometimes need a sense of community.
Yeah, especially with like the synergy going on, especially like with us.
Yeah,
Really nice.
And obviously, when you go to shows, it's nice to see like people you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, hey, how you been?"
yeah. So it's just
Yeah.
like a bunch
Yeah.
of randoms all the time. And then, so what do you guys have been up to do like right now? Like, I mean, you guys all met, you formed your band, and then what are you guys working on right now?
At the moment, we're currently working on our second album. It's gonna be called Bummerville. Name pending. It's gonna be a more serious than the other album. Like the other album had notes of emo, but it was goofy at the same time, talking about stuff like Subway and jalapeno poppers,
Yeah.
anime. This one's gonna be a little bit more serious. It's actually gonna be kind of like a rock opera a little bit.
Oh,
It's gonna have an overarching story, but it won't like control the song, if that makes sense. Like if you look closer into it and like you understand the overarching narrative, then the songs will make a little bit more sense. But you could just listen to the songs by themselves. Big inspiration for that, I would say, would be American Idiot
American. Okay,
by Green Day. It took a lot of inspiration from that.
dang. That's cool. I mean, it's cool hearing that you guys are like switching your sound and not just staying to the same thing over and over again. Because I think some bands get stuck into like they find what their sound is, their fans like it, and they just stay in that cycle of repeating it instead of doing something different.
I think a thing that helped also is just playing those same songs
Yeah.
over and over again for the past like
3 years, basically.
3 years.
the same songs.
It would have been like 3 years with us three, like
Yeah,
another
maybe.
year.
And
with
those songs
Frank,
are even older
and
than
then
that.
like 2 more with just me
Yeah.
and Logan. So it's
So
been a while.
I was very tired of them, and I think that I got to Angel a little
Yeah.
bit to help write the new album.
Yeah, it's actually rewritten twice.
wow.
So this is what we have now is the third interpretation. Hopefully the final one. First it was gonna be like a dual album called Good Ending, Bad Ending or something like that. It was
Yeah.
gonna be like 2 different stories. But it was gonna be like one event that like splits into 2 different stories, and it would have been like a double track CD or something like that. Or 2 CD.
How do you guys like know like when to like stop and say like, you know what, this is what we should aim for, and this is what we're gonna go for the album?
I don't know when to stop. It's because how it works with us is I usually come up with the songs and I do my part, and then I bring it to the guys like, hey, this is the album, I have it.
What do
Like-
you guys each do when it comes to like the album, for example?
Just
Just try to go with Angel.
I mean,
Yeah, he just makes this. He
Angel
makes like a
basically writes the
basic.
whole song, and it's up to us to come like to make our instrument parts, like write it out. But other than that, like most of the song structure is up to Angel.
Yeah, and through the process, it gets like changed and warped to if Angel likes it or if like we like it, and I don't know, we all agree
Yeah,
to
everybody
like a
adds
middle
like
point.
their own parts. It's like, oh, hey, what if instead of that we did this, and then adding on to it, and
Yeah.
everybody adds their
Yeah.
own parts, and it's like I'll have the bass, but it'll just like as we continue working on the song, we'll keep adding parts, and it'll just change into like if you listen to the bass demo that I sent them, which
Yeah.
is just me and my guitar, compared to like the final demo that we have, it's completely different.
And what made you guys go for a more serious tone this time around?
It's a little bit of a personal issue with me. it fell on me. That's why I rewrote it like 2 times. It's because I don't know. I guess like 2 years ago, I fell into a slump of where I was like, oh, I think we have the potential to be good, but I don't think anybody takes us seriously. And then so I was falling into a slump, like, oh, I had these goofy songs that were like, oh, they have true emotion in them, but like,
Yeah.
you have like obscure references and just jokes throughout. It's like, oh, no one's gonna take that serious.
cartoons on the album cover, basically, like
Yeah.
little scribbles.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, if I keep doing like the whole like, oh, we suck, everybody's like, oh,
Like we're no Primus.
we're not going to
or
reach any
anything.
full potential just falling into that same self-deprecation.
Yeah.
Which is still a part of me. I'm not going to say like, oh, I overcame that, but it's still a part of me. And I'll still make jokes every now and then, like, oh, I suck. I'll still say it at shows too. I'll be like, oh, we're Bummertrash and we fucking suck. But it became a thing, and I was like, oh, nobody's going to take us serious. And then so I started writing more serious stuff, and I was like, oh, which is something I experienced with, I want to say 2018, there was an album called Bothersome, which I kind of experimented with more serious songwriting, and it was not taken well. I would say not in a negative sense, but nobody really listened to it.
Yeah.
So like now I was like, oh, let me try it again, and that also got me thinking like, oh, is it because we don't take ourselves serious that people like us, or is it if we take ourselves serious now, will people like us more?
Yeah.
And then so hopefully this album will answer that question, and we'll have a
Just
positive
follow your
outcome.
heart, basically.
Yeah. And so how do you guys like all felt about that? Because I mean, when it comes like from my perspective, from like I guess like an outsider, like you guys always seem like a comedic band,
Yeah,
like
I can
jokes,
see
you
that.
know, like so deprecating jokes and all stuff. So, you want to say something?
Maybe.
But no, yeah, I'm glad that I hope people do take it more seriously, because I mean, it's one thing to be comedic, but another thing to like still be taken seriously, even if you're just joking around. I mean,
Yeah,
people shouldn't just think like, oh, they're just goofy guys and that's it, and just leave it at that point.
and again, we're gonna try to get this album professionally recorded this time.
Oh,
We kind of did a DIY recording thing with Carlos, Cat Bully Club now. He helped us record the first album, so shout out to Carlos too. He really helped us record it, put everything together, and we recorded that like in a day, 2 days. It was Black Friday weekend. That whole album was recorded in those 2 days, and it's also we did like a live recording in like single take, like keep moving to the next track. So this time around, we really want to actually like get a more professional sound. We're actually going to be going with Red Barn.
Oh, sure, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are great.
Yeah. It's nice to I guess it's no, just cut that out. No, because I mean, like, if I can just talk for a second, I've been like, when we've been recording these demos, and like, it really, like, for me, it really hit home how hard it is to actually record a full band. So, shout out to everybody who does it. Like, I mean, I don't know if I would want to run a studio.
You have to be really passionate about it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, we've done some little small demos together here at Oliver's house for like a couple weeks. And we were just testing the waters pretty much.
Yeah.
Even just setting up is like 3 hours. Like just setting up the mics, it takes a
Yeah,
while.
That was just one
Trying to get everything correctly placed, it took 3 hours. And then but once we hit record, boom, we just test the waters. Let's see how well we can mix things. And, you know, if we do it right, I mean, maybe we can have it recorded there, but, you know, it'd be better to record in a studio for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And how has the experience been different from like the DIY setup compared to like now actually doing it at the studio for each of you guys? Go for it. Don't worry about it. It will, but don't worry about it.
Just lower the gain
RJ will
on
mix
that.
it out.
Sorry, I blew $70 on food over this past weekend, and I was like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing that anymore."
It's RJ will take care of that. Don't worry.
Yeah.
What
I
are we
mean,
talking about?
I still have most of the stuff set up in the garage, and it's just a million cables just flying around everywhere, and they get mixed up and tangled, and then you like lose track of what goes where. And I've been trying to keep the garage in order, like make things a little tidier, but then I have to stare at the pile of cables on the floor, like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this eventually, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to work with somebody who's experienced or qualified. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What about you?
As for the recording for the demos, I really do enjoy it. It really is more of a serious tone, serious feel to it. Cause like as he said, we recorded the first album like in a
2
day,
days.
basically 2 days, and it was just for me, like, I wasn't really like, at that time we just practiced, said it was good, and then went straight to recording, not even like any demos or anything. So I wasn't like too happy with the finished product, but I was like still like semi proud of it. So doing the demos now and like trying to get the whole professional feel is the one of the best feelings, I think, for me.
Yeah, it's really rewarding.
It is rewarding.
It also takes a lot of practice.
Oh yeah.
A lot of practice. And I think that's really helping us out with this album even more now that all of us are in it, and it's just not the first demo that he made.
Yeah. As for me, I've never recorded in a professional studio, so I'm very excited to experience that. Yeah, again, it'd be a lot better. Like, shout out to Carlos. I think he did a great job with the album. He really went for that garage DIY sound, and it worked well for the tone we were at.
Yeah, for a lot of people, I think they chose that album also because of that sound.
Frank included. Especially Frank.
Hello.
But yeah, I've always wondered, even to myself, like I've had, again, shout out to RJ. I've had him mix a couple tracks just on the side for other projects, and like they're so clean. So I'm like, oh, how would that clean sound go with Bummertrash? Like, instead of having that real gritty garage DIY sound, what if it was clean? Vocals and all the instrumentation.
Out of curiosity, would you ever re-record the first album now with the professional studio?
I would.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I would.
Yeah, I would see. I would want to see how it comes out.
Just like just to see like how it come out.
Yeah, again, that last album, Not Worth Stealing, was again just recorded by us three. So it didn't even have lead guitar parts yet. It was just a bass, drums, and
You
rhythm
know
guitar.
what though? Then when we released the Desolate edition, which had like some bonus tracks that me and Angel and my brother worked on, oh my god, my guitar tone on that was like, it was like basically it like, and I like can't stand to listen to it. So it'd be nice to go into a studio where they have like actual, like actually nice amps, or maybe like a VST or something, stuff like that.
Good expensive mics.
Yeah, that was a good mic. The whole album process is great.
But I mean, I think it's still great because I mean, bands shouldn't feel discouraged. Like, oh, since we can't afford a studio, let's not record music. I mean, it's still like the fact that you guys did DIY. It allows bands, like newer bands, to say like, hey, you know what? Let's try it out like this, and then once we have money coming in, and then we can do it like through a studio.
Yeah, for sure. That's the exact way we were going. Like, oh, we put out the one album together. But yeah, going back to the, would we re-record it? I would say definitely again.
Definitely.
You could hear the songs live now, and now that we're a 4-piece, we have a lead part going on as well as just the bass, the guitar.
And Ollie's doing
that's
like
true.
Ollie's sick.
Ollie's good.
Really good.
He's
think
too
that
good
lead
for this
part's
band.
gonna-
And in our in all our shows, he's like probably the spotlight. And there's always people just like Ollie, Ollie.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's always screaming your name.
Scream for you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Mr. Humble over here. Really?
Don't even get me started when Can't Quit starts.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Everyone's just like, let's
It's
go.
so hard.
Stage, I'm just like focusing on like trying not to mess up, and then I just like either look at the fretboard or like my toes. Like, you can't really see the crowd because of the lights anyway. Like you have to like focus on somebody.
And you can really hear that whole like tone of Ollie's lead in the Desolate edition, since it was like a
Yeah.
4-piece recording.
What goes up through your minds, like when you're like you mentioned, like when you're like performing, either you're looking at your toes, your fretboard, or what are you guys like going through when you're performing? Because obviously you can't really see the crowd since you're getting blinded. I've been told that multiple times, like especially at the Gremlin, where the lights are just like right in your
Oh, yeah.
eyes.
Oh yeah.
I just like, I don't know. I just close everything off. I'm just like, okay. Once the song starts, like Can't Quit. Once I hear the first riff being played, I'm like, okay, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. But I hit it, and then yeah, after that it becomes all natural, and I just start jamming to it. And I don't know, just once I hit that first note, like yeah, like the rest is gonna be like smooth sailing.
I feel like I'm the contrary. I be as much as I like playing live and being on stage, it's fun. I get incredibly insecure. So in my head, I'm like always constantly thinking, what am I looking at? Oh, don't make eye contact with anybody. Okay, you've looked this direction long enough. Time to look to the left. Okay, nobody's really there. Turn to the right. Okay. And then like, oh, are you on like, I don't know. At some point I'll just end up looking at my hands. Like, don't look at your hands. Look back. Look up. And I just, a lot be going. A lot is going through my mind in that moment. And then I'm still having to like not slur over the words.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
He does that a lot.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh, there's times in between songs that I'm like, oh, I gotta make a joke here. And then that also adds into it. I was like, oh, what if I say this joke and it just like bombs? Nobody, and everybody's like, still looking at me, and I'm like, oh, the song's still going. Yeah. You'll be kind of rare to get a good joke, because each show kind of has like a 30-minute time slot. So like, we're trying to like go through the album as well as like new songs, and then also like, oh, here's a song from like one of my old acoustic albums, and we redid it just as a full band. It sounds good, and we kind of rushed through the songs. It's like, okay, well that was that song. Here's this one, but I am trying to like have more, what's the word? Showmanship, I guess.
Yeah.
What about you, drummer boy?
Also, do you want like 30-minute stand up of us as a joke? We're the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. On the contrary, I don't think too much about like stuff like that, like him.
Yeah.
I just like start looking at the symbols, just like looking at things, just jamming out, grooving, and like at some point I just space out, and you can see like in some pictures I'm always just there like just spaced out, just like
Every time we've done a
I've
photo
seen-
shoot,
I've
he's
seen-
always at that face.
I've seen drummers with that kind of face where
Yeah,
they just like
just-
zone out. I'm like, oh shit.
focusing.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like
They're
boom.
locked in.
And then like if I like get like really into it, usually I'll just like close my eyes or have my head just there and I'm like just drumming, like not really paying attention to anything. Like I'm just spaced out, just like I'm in the song, I'm in the
Yeah,
groove.
so-
You know what I think about when I'm playing? Your fingers on the fretboard kind of look like it's sort of like if the fretboard was like a surfboard and they were like little guys on there somehow, like just moving their feet or something. Or like when you slide around like that. It reminds me of like Guitar Hero or the American Idol game on PS2, something like that. Because they have like the moving track with the notes that you're hitting. It feels a lot like that.
Not Guitar Hero and Rock Band, Guitar Hero and the American Idol game from PS2.
Oh, yeah. No, that's great to hear. And out of these new songs, which ones are you guys like really excited about?
Sober, right? We're all gonna say that. Yeah, once we get to putting out singles, that's gonna be the first
that one's really fun to play.
Sober
live.
is fun. I think I like Bummer Island more.
Like it's slow, but I don't know. You just really like get into it.
What makes it so good for you guys? Like each of you guys, like what specifically about it are you most excited about?
Oh man, there's like at the very end of the track, we just keep it like a pure instrumental, and like we're all just kind of like building up to like the finale of the song. So it's just purely instrumental, just like really quiet, because the whole song's just really quiet. So like it's like very quiet, and then like it picks up a bit, and then the chorus it picks up, and then it goes back down. And then at that very end, it's just the instrumental. It's just building up till eventually, the song's over.
Yeah, I'm the same with that. I love the subtleness on that song because it starts with both guitars playing like just a little, what do they call it? Yeah, a little triad, a little arpeggio. That's what I was looking for. And then, I just come in with just one note going, dun, and it makes the whole like song like full.
Yeah,
the vibe and everything.
Yeah,
it fills everything in, and then like Logan comes in like doing his little drummer
like,
boy roll.
Yeah, like rolls and stuff.
like kind of like a marching drum roll.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like is I think I made something work different besides just like a punk feel, just fast and everything, like something different, small but it's different, and it worked out with like everyone in the song, so it's like really nice.
Dang. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's
It's
good.
like with
And just
the album,
the demo sounds good. So imagine like once it's professionally recorded.
Yeah.
cause like how he said, it's trying to be like a different feel. This is like a different from like the first album, but like not in a bad way. Like we believe in it's really like hitting different.
I was gonna say that like the first album, well, since there was no lead guitar, there was no like recognizable riffs, but like I can see it already, like loading up the CD or the record or whatever it is, and then like hearing that riff come in, like, or however it goes, like with the stereo and everything. Like I'm super excited to hear how it just, like comes out officially, like when we actually produce the thing, because I mean, yeah, riffs are fun. They're fun to play and they're fun to listen to.
We might add stuff still.
Oh yeah, we're not even done yet.
Is there like an estimated time frame right now or no?
Hopefully by the end of the year, but I jokingly say within the next like 20 years or something.
Yeah.
We said that like 2 years ago, and then I rewrote it again. But yeah, hopefully within the next 10 years or something. That's a good.
And have you guys been performing these songs or yet or no?
We've played a few. There was one time, I think one of the last shows we played it, we ended up mixing it with a cover of Two Beers In by Free Throw. Really great song if anyone's ever
Sounds
heard
like
it.
that song basically.
No, we don't compare.
But this was before the demos also.
This was
when we
before
played it.
we even like finished up the demo part. So we were like rehearsing it. We hadn't recorded it yet. So we had it done and we mixed it with Two Beers In. And I remember at a show, they're like, "Oh, hey, we really like that song." And they posted it on their story. And it was just the Two Beers In part. I was like, dude, that's not our song, bro.
Oh no.
Damn.
Oh, but overall, even the last show we played, we had the opportunity to play at Flying Walrus maybe like a month ago. And even then, that whole set, we were able to mix in like some of the serious stuff along with the new serious stuff, along with the goofy songs, and that together I think was like the perfect combination. And
was a
hopefully
good set
this
list.
album
That was
also
a
will
good
reach
job.
that perfect
Yeah.
combination.
Remember that last show we went to at the Flying Walrus?
Yeah.
Like, dude, once we just got
Yeah,
on and
that's the
played the
one.
first, well, when we played, like, just a bunch of people just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I was like, what the
actually,
heck?
there was
Where
like
did you
nobody
guys
there
come
yet.
from?
And then when we
usually-
went on, I think there was still maybe like 30 people or something. And then by the time we finished, like the whole floor was taken up
Yeah.
by people.
yeah,
And like,
it was
we're not
fucking
expecting that.
weird.
Yeah.
Once we were done, I look up, I see all these people, and we were all just like confused. It's like, what the?
It's like we usually don't play we usually don't play to like that many people. We're like
Yeah.
it's usually like 10 or 20.
Yeah.
Like they're just a bunch of dudes like just they're like yeah,
Yeah.
and they're all fucking drunk or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I noticed that certain venues attract a lot more people now than before. And now it's, I mean, Wars was one of them where before I never really heard of it. And then like, just like what, past a year or so, like it's been popping. And a lot of people have been showing up to those places.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially now that they had a policy. It's also a policy, more of like a program where people could just start running shows there,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and they've opened themselves up to that. Definitely a lot more shows going on, a lot more bands getting bigger through that.
No, yeah, it's been excited because like anytime there's more venues, it's a great thing because then more bookers can like bring in like different types of bands. Because that area is for specifically, it's like a mix of rock, but also they also have like rap shows going on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I mean, it's pretty cool.
I think even like before, like if someone throws a show, even before that, they got like some rapper on. So
Or a
it's
DJ.
cool. Or a DJ too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's badass.
Really cool, especially mixing all these genres together.
Because I think that's what's needed more often. Because I think recently, like, I feel like the community kind of like split apart between like the indie side, out rock, and then like the hardcore scene one way.
Yeah.
And before, like, there were shows that were mixed in, but now it's
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different bubbles now. Right now, like there's a lot more, I guess, like techno or EDM shows than I remember seeing like a couple years ago, which is great. Like if they started doing that in like 2018 or 19, I probably would have checked it out just to like try something different, because I mean, for a long time it was like bands specifically. But yeah, people are branching out and like having like solo acts and like just more electronic stuff. And it's nice to
Yeah.
see how things have played out these last couple of years.
no, yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's a great time to be doing music. Because again, we are getting bands that are getting super popular. No, we obviously had Glare like doing opening for Interpol and a bunch of other stuff.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or they,
crazy. They're playing the Sick Twisted World.
yeah,
And they're
yeah,
playing
Yeah.
System of a Down and Corn, and it's insane.
I'm so jealous.
yeah. The fact that it's a band that just started off in the backyards as well, like
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
them, and then of course the other big band is Twin Tribes. They're also like doing festivals
Twin
as
Tribes
well.
huge
So.
too. Yeah, Riley too just got signed.
Yeah, they did.
Riley. Yeah.
Which I haven't followed
Well,
Riley.
seen it,
Oh, I didn't.
No, I was like, that's crazy. Like anything is possible. Like
Yeah.
I'm really happy for them.
Hopefully, we'll be the next up.
Yeah, I mean, it's so yeah,
Next
it's
20
exciting
years.
that the valley's actually popping right now because again, we had actors also like pop out with the marble scene. That they
Yeah.
had. There was like the girl, I forgot her name,
I can't remember either.
yeah,
But she was in, I think, Doctor Strange?
Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
yeah, and some other one with America Castro or whatever the character's name is. But yeah, that's been going on.
Oh,
We had
that was cool.
yeah, Front Dead as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
On a side topic about Glare, this is like just off topic, just reminded me of it. I got really into Clone Hero this past year, which is like a fan made reboot of Guitar Hero for PC.
Oh, yeah,
and like
yeah.
a bunch of people can make custom songs, and there's already people making songs. They're not even from the Valley, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
And they have like not just Glare, they've also made like Skagaleros like
Oh
songs.
wow!
Oh, yeah.
It's
Skagaleros is
crazy.
pretty big.
Just a little off topic. I just thought that was crazy.
Man, I remember Skagaleros when they started.
I think they're big because of Jer.
Mm-hmm.
Scotttoon Network.
Scotttoon Network.
I forget which member like worked with him in tour.
Oh, wow.
It was,
For, like, ska.
I forgot her name. She played saxophone, I think.
Yeah.
Skyletos, but she ended up going on tour with the guy from Scotttoon Network.
Yeah, but I think it
Yeah,
was
the
because of him,
sucks.
people like actually started listening to Los Cagaleros and like finding out about the valley.
Yes, I mean, I hope that keeps happening because there was this I saw this dumb TikTok on TikTok obviously, and it was comparing like different music scenes, and it had like Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and then down the bottom it had like Kellen, and there was these like I personally got mad just because like there was these random people like shitting on the valley and just saying like all the valley has is shitty cover bands, and I'm like. Like, have you not seen our music scene? Like,
What's that McAllen meme? Where it's like,
Dave
the
Mustaine.
Metallica one.
No,
Man, McAllen.
I'm not playing McKellen or whatever he said.
Man, you guys
Dave
suck.
Mustaine.
Never play McAllen again.
Oh, that's all.
No, it's because there's see that's another thing that surprised me about like the valley itself. That back then we used to get like a lot of these big bands like Metallica, Megadeth. There was this guy named I think his name's Nano Ramirez. He used to be the promoter for La Villa Real or whatever. It was somewhere here in McKellen. They used to get like all the biggest bands, whether it be like heavy metal, rock, or even like banda. They would get like Selena. She would come down and they would even like sometimes skip San Antonio and that would just come directly to McAllen because of him.
oh wow.
You know, like that promoter was like he laid the groundwork for everything down here. And I really want to talk with that guy because he recently released a book and he's talking about like everything that's ever happened here, like music scene wise, from like the 80s to like the 90s or 2000s. And I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
Man, I remember
Do you know
growing
what the
up,
book is
I
called?
thought,
He barely released it. It's weird because the only way to buy it is to do like $100 donations for some charity, and like he'll send you the book.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude. I might have to like actually look into that.
yeah. It was like recently like on KRGV, and I've known him for like a little while. Like I seen his name pop up, and I want to talk to him because again, there's so much like rich history here in the valley.
Yeah, I've been getting super into local history in these last like 2 years or something.
And for me, I feel kind of like sad because there was a documentary recently called "As I Walk Through the Valley." I walked through the valley. I don't know. I forgot what it's called, but like it covers like the punk scene from here, from like 70s, 80s, somewhere around there, all the way to like the 2000s. It was by Charlie Villa. I'm not sure you guys heard of
I've
him.
never seen that. I'm really interested in that though.
He's like in his 30s, 40s. Like he's pretty young. And the thing is, it was only available on Amazon Prime for whatever reason, but like it's completely gone. And then I went to his website and like it's not working anymore. So I'm just kind of like, it's lost media.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
And I tried talking to him too, but like it led nowhere basically. And I'm just like, damn. Like,
Well, shit, that sucks. Yeah, there's there's like basically no info about the valley on Google. Like there is like a little bit, but
Yeah.
if you try to go a little deeper than like just surface level, then you're not gonna find much. And that, like I've been doing that too, like looking for history of like the city of Far and the city of San Benito, and like kind of odd how like how many people live here? Like 1 million or 1.5?
I think so.
You'd think we'd like people would start noticing, I guess, but I don't know.
We peaked and I keep seeing videos of like, oh, most of B City.
2.5 million if you count like pretty much time, not probably.
There was a time Justin Bieber went to downtown and bought flowers.
Oh yeah, there were
I
times-
remember the
When-
Justin Bieber
When did that
incident.
happen? I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't
he
remember that
was,
either.
He was dating Selena. At that
Selena
time too.
came down for
They
like
both came
Border Fest or
down.
something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is like
When?
when I was in middle school. It was a while back.
It was like
and I-
late
Okay.
2000.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Maybe early
Nah,
2010s.
We're
It was
still,
Oh,
around
yeah,
that
true.
time.
Somewhere in that time period.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like such a big deal because like, oh my god, they're here.
man, that's crazy.
I
It's like
remember.
random
Dude,
people you wouldn't
Selena's like
expect.
close to my age. That's crazy.
Yeah, I remember it went kind of viral because there was like a fake tweet going out that he said something like "the valley's dirty" or whatever, and then I went by. I remember like on the school bus listening to like the radio, and they were like, "Oh man, Justin Bieber said this," and then like finding out way later, like years later, it was like, "Oh, that was fake."
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's like what a coincidence, right? Like I was just in the McAllen Museum and I found out that the director of Twilight went to McAllen High School.
Oh wow.
What? Like I don't even like Betty White came to the zoo in Brownsville. Chris Christopherson is from Brownsville. I wasn't expecting that.
Then the guy from what's it called, from Breaking Bad, he lives in Brownsville now.
Yeah, he has family in Brownsville.
What's his name?
RJ Mitty.
Yeah, Jim Midden. Why? I had no possible
Like,
places.
don't even get
I mean,
me started
Brownsville's-
on Elon Musk, like the richest guy in the world, building like a spaceport for some
Yeah.
reason. Damn, that was not on my 2023 or 24 bingo.
I mean, like I have a lot of high hope for the valley. Like, I mean, things are obviously changing, and you see like the new construction that goes on around here. I mean, it's crazy.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, it's growing. Like within the next 10 years, it'll probably be one of the bigger cities
Yeah,
or areas.
It's like 50 cities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think some people have always just suggested that McAllen and all these other cities should just combine to be like a giant metro because they would be able to get like more resources, kind of like San Antonio, where yes, it
Yeah.
is San Antonio, but like there's different cities incorporated.
You have like green on the outside.
We could be like the next Orange County.
Fredericksburg too, right? It's around the San Antonio area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean that would also be great for the music scene because now we're getting more attention, more people down here, so it's an exciting time. And what do you guys look forward towards the future as a band?
Touring.
This album.
This album.
Yeah, for sure. Touring, like just try to play outside of the valley.
Yeah.
Just one time.
Some
Have you guys looked into
exposure.
that or no?
The what?
Have you guys looked into that, like touring out, like playing at least outside the valley?
I don't want to say too much right now, but
That means yes, everybody.
we've had. Oh, okay. Yeah, just end it here.
Just end it.
There was a band that came down a few years ago, and we ended up opening for them. They're really cool guys, and we've ended up Facebook friends, and we'll message every now and then. I've been wanting to bring them back to play like Bummershed for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it. And I wanted them in January, and they were like, oh, they were having issues with their guitarist, so they couldn't make it down. Hopefully,
Yeah.
I think they'll be down by May or
What cities would you guys want to play?
what?
What cities would you want to perform in?
Oh,
I for sure want to play Austin and maybe Denton.
I had a great
Texas.
Denton
time.
would be cool.
I had a great time at the Paper Tiger in San Antonio, but like
yeah.
to ask the Paper Tiger, like, can I play there, please? Like, I hope it goes well.
Yeah.
I've only been to like one Paper Tiger show, and it's been like one of my favorite concerts of all time.
dude. Yeah.
And I didn't even go to the big one. I went to like the little side garage they have. Logan was there with me, and that's been like my dream. I was like, I want to play that venue. Like, I don't even want the big one. I want that small little one.
Small one,
Give me
yeah.
that, and just pack that one up. Oh, that'd be crazy. We had an idea for a tour. I don't know if it'll ever come to fruition, but since his album's called Bummerville, we're like, oh,
Yeah.
what if we called the tour like The Road to Bummerville or something? I just thought that would be cool.
That'd be interesting. Like if you were to do like a tour, don't start it in the valley, but like start somewhere else and
yeah,
then
and
end up
then you
here in the
come back.
valley.
Yeah.
And we've already played with like a
like-
couple people that are like outside of the valley. Like we played with Wesmer. We played with like Updog, Almost Famous Friends. Our first people that we played with
After Aristotle.
after
They're
Aristotle.
from Austin too.
So like we played with a couple of people. So hopefully like we're in good terms with them.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Pull a few favors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's
Hey,
like
what's up?
that's bands from San Antonio, Austin, maybe Corpus Christi too. That's another nearby area. I always hear about Denton as a place, but I've never been there. Like, have you guys been there or no? Or?
I've been there because my sister went to university over there to get her master's in like music.
Where's that near? Because I always hear bands talking about Denton like it's one of the areas to go to.
Wait, like one of the what?
Where's Denton at? Like exactly like, in terms of the state?
Oh, it's like close. It's like almost close to Oklahoma.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it's like a little bit more north of Dallas, and I like the way that place looked. I don't know, something about it just like caught my eyes, because I toured around the whole university and they have like a full blown venue inside the university where bands play and everything. But like these are like professional musicians though.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine that there's like a lot of bars scattered around the downtown area and maybe around the whole city too, that, you know, let local bands play. And I was thinking, man, maybe we should play there because apparently Denton's very like music based, just as much as Austin is. And Austin's another place that I want to, you know, go play there for sure. I think there's a venue called Emos or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Emos.
That's nice. That's a nice venue.
I want to play there. I've never been there before, but
It's a huge stadium.
Yeah.
No, it's not a huge stadium. But like like let's say for example, like it's probably like the size of 4 Gremlins, or think so. It's like pretty big open area, and then there's like a giant stage. Like
Oh wow.
I went there when I went to see the British rock band called the Struts. They're like a glam rock band, and that
The Strokes.
the Struts.
Struts.
Oh, the Struts. I'm like, they're
Got a little
not-
excited there. You're like,
No, but I was like, they're not British. That was like my first time. I'm like, they're not.
No,
fucking
no, the
British.
Struts. No, they're a British glam rock band, and it was pretty big there. Like the area was really nice. Emo's nice. I know people also play at Mohawks, I think, or Mohawk.
Mohawk.
Yeah, Mohawk.
Yeah.
That one too.
The Mohawk at Austin.
So yeah,
Man, I need to explore Austin a little bit more so that way I could understand the venues. I literally only visited Austin like for 1 week.
I just don't want to get murdered there because supposedly there's like a serial killer going around the downtown
Really?
area. Yeah, there's
Damn, I remember
there's
that.
there's like a not a conspiracy theory, but like there's been people like missing in that 6th Street, and people think that there's a serial killer out there.
Sixth Street's a really crazy part of the town. I mean, that's like the party area.
Yeah, that's a party
literally.
area. Yeah.
So like, I wouldn't be hanging around there all the time. I was more like on the north side of Austin
Yeah.
because that's where like my sister was staying at. This was after like she already like did school and everything, so she lives in Austin now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like when I visited her, like she lives in the north side of Austin, so it's like high hills, very like techie people up there. Like everything's more corporate. 6th Street downtown is more
It's like the crazy party
yeah,
areas.
it's the crazy more like hippie area, more lot of characters down there. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that when I went to see the Cure. There's a lot of interesting people around that area. So like, oh shit,
Yeah.
it's not San Antonio.
Like real Austin folks there, they love to talk. Like they'll just come up to me and be like, "Hey, like you ever been to this, or you like Cheetos or something?" Like they'll talk
happened to me
to you
once.
about anything, then you just be friends with them. It's weird because like me as an introverted person, like if some extroverted like dude or girl like just comes up to me and starts talking to me about like whatever, like I'm just like immediately just like oh, like I guess I'm with you now, and I'm stuck with you now, and shows me everything of Austin or so.
I would say a lot of the valley's kind of like that. Everyone kind of is like, oh, like in their own lane.
Yeah, we're very. I would feel like us valley folks are more seclusive to our own lives.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason why is that like in Austin you can actually like walk around and hear like everybody's always
Oh,
driving.
yeah.
So like,
Very
you're always
car-centric.
like,
Centric. car.
Yeah.
and so like even with communities, like it's always like family based. So like you're always like in your little cliques.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a big thing about the valley. Like, I hope they fix that eventually. Like, it's nice that the Edinburgh Metro like has a new building downtown, and like I hope there's more of that in the future. Because, dude, oh my god, that was like my least favorite part of college. Just like driving like half an hour every day, like half an hour there, half an hour back, and it's like, dude,
It's a full hour.
is this the best way to go about things? Basically.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. There's a lot of driving involved here, and 30 minutes just becomes the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah. And then like I live like in the northern part of the valley, so like it's just rural areas, and then
Oh, yeah. I
it's
live
like
in that
40 minutes to
area, too.
McAllen, and then 40 minutes back. It's kind of like, oh
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, if
I
you know
mean,
where
like-
Bummer shit is, you know, like that's
Yeah,
out
Mission.
there.
Yeah. For me, it's just a straight path from the Monte Cristo Road, so just all the way down, and then I just turn to the right or left. Sorry.
Yeah, right on Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah, we legit just got Spectrum internet out there like
Really? Barry?
2 weeks ago. Yeah, we barely got it out there.
Damn.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I remember back then, like when in our town, I think it was like a couple, like let's say 6 years ago, we barely like started getting like 4G, 5G because T-Mobile was like upgrading their towers. So like back then, like when I was like in early high school, it would just be like E. Or like the phone, the slow service.
I remember that.
Fucking
So like we
Milton.
really
It's like the
needed
sticks, basically.
we really needed like Wi-Fi.
You start saying SOS, that's when you know you're cooked. Like,
Didn't that happen recently with AT&T?
Oh, it went
was
out.
like- it was like an
It had an
outage.
outage.
I don't know how that happened.
I don't know.
Oh, like the outage that happened recently?
Yeah,
the
like it
AT&T
continued.
Oh,
outage.
I actually got informed by this. The sun released 2 solar flares,
Oh,
and it messed up the magnetic field in Earth. And because of that, it messed up the towers for 2 days or so. Or
I'll believe it.
It was like a day at
and
least.
all service providers were down. I saw it in my phone that it went down like when I was at work.
oh, damn.
Yeah, but it was only for like 30 minutes.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Yeah.
I
And
believe it, man.
Apparently the solar flares were like super strong.
Yeah.
I don't remember how they measure it or whatever, but it was like something X 1.5, 1.7. That it was like really extreme.
Yeah,
But
'cause I know that's been like one of like the conspiracies or whatever. Like, what if a solar flare ever hits us that's so strong that it like wipes off our like electronic?
Yeah, that's actually true because when there's a solar flare that goes so strong that it destroys the magnetic field of Earth, we lose like all form of how to communicate wirelessly.
No, I'm chilling.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
I would be chilling too. I don't care.
Bring back the DSI picture chat.
I just found out how to send a letter like
But,
a month or
yeah.
2 ago, so I'm chilling.
Yeah,
I got practice, you know.
Another thing about no magnetic field is that we get, if the sun has like another like mini flare or whatever, because it
Yeah.
always throws flares every now and then. If the whole magnetic field is gone, we're gonna feel those flares really bad, and we're gonna
You mean
die.
like UV light or something?
Yeah,
Like
we're gonna
fuck,
die,
it's over.
dude. If we feel like a little mini flare like hit towards us if we have no magnetic field.
I'll push him back.
It's built different.
But how does that like help us like prevent from that happening? Like the magnetic field. How
can't
does
stop.
that work?
The magnetic field. Shit, I never dug that deep into science. To be
Bummer
honest.
trash music will
We're
save
not
us.
scientists.
We're not scientists. We're just we're musicians.
No, I don't know. I don't know,
Kind of like curious, like how does that protect us from the sun flares? Solar flares, sorry.
Something about the magnetic field like just blocks it off. And because of that, if you go up like all the way to the North Pole or whatever, you see the aurora
I think it's
lights.
what holds the atmosphere in place or something. I don't know, dude. Like the atmosphere is what like blocks off the sun's like UV rays, and then
rays,
like if
yeah.
you get rid of that, then
But the magnetic field is like different.
oh,
It
that
has to
shit.
do
Then I don't
with-
know.
I don't know. I find
Fucking magnets. How did they
We're
work?
getting too into scientific stuff, man. Let's go back to the music.
Hope someone fits the very niche Venn diagram of being a scientist and liking Bummer Trash. And can find this on YouTube and comment and
Look at the
inform us.
commenting and like yeah.
Bummertrash. It'll be like that meme where all those people that are into Rick and Morty, they
Yeah.
think they're like super high brained like people. It's like it'll be same thing with Bummertrash. Like, I listen to Bummertrash.
I listen to Bummer trash.
Did
Man.
you
I know
the
about magnetic
field is gonna
waves.
go down?
Okay.
No, yeah, I mean, I just find it interesting, like how that would affect our lives. Like, could you imagine music without electronics? Like, how that would be?
I play on drums. I'm
acoustics.
good.
I mean,
I'm chilling.
Electronics would still work, just not the wireless stuff.
The artist.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like amps still work.
Cosmic rays would be a good name for a song or something, I guess.
Sounds-
About how we lost our atmosphere or the magnetic field or something. I don't know.
I'd love to talk about that. That'd
Would
be
be a
cool.
new space age
And a
music.
song.
Inspiration now.
You're talking
New
about
Bummer trash
cosmic
song
rays.
named Solar Flare.
I'd be
About
down.
Krillin.
We need another David Bowie song.
You're like
anything that helps.
And you broke my heart. Magnetic field.
Tore my atmosphere apart.
What the fuck?
I don't know how to feel. It's like you
Guy-
took away my magnetic shield.
Oh my god, a rap verse in a Bummer Trash track?
It could happen. It could happen.
It could happen. Dude, it'll be like Fred Durst.
No, it hasn't happened in a minute, but there'd be like shows after we play that we just like huddle around in a corner and then like just start freestyling. Just like over like whatever music they're playing in between sets. Just start freestyling over them. We
Just
haven't done
the
that in a while, though.
What do you mean? We did it like 3 weeks ago, I
We
think.
didn't do well.
Yeah, here, Vinny.
That was our practice. Oh yeah,
That's
we did.
why. We
No, you're right. Ed
Y'all-
was here. You're
y'all
right. No, that
fucking
was like 3 weeks
freestyled.
ago.
And it was
Yeah,
funny
the
as
rap
fuck.
battle.
Damn. That's interesting. But yeah, music. That's crazy. Good boy.
Me.
And after that, like, so we talked about like touring and all that stuff. Who would you want to open for in terms of like these bigger acts?
You already know. The Strokes for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever want us to play though.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Maybe one of these days.
Who knows? Maybe Julian. Well, he is a shit poster.
Yeah.
Julian is a shit
3
poster.
pages just shit posting.
Exactly. So maybe he'd probably get into not worth stealing at some point. I gotta mail him one.
It'll
one
be the
CD.
next The Shags.
Yeah, I'll mail
It'll
him.
be so off tempo.
He'll be like this is the best album ever made, and like I don't know. Everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about,
Yeah.
Julian?
There's obviously like The Shags,
Mm-hmm.
like that album, like nobody liked it in its time. But then you have like bigger acts like Kurt Cobain being like,
Yeah.
no, that's one of my favorite albums of all time.
Oh wow.
And
Frank
that could be
Zappa,
us,
too.
off tempo, low quality.
I gotta mail him a CD. Oh, what are you doing,
Oh.
Blocked.
Nah, I can't think of any bands.
Yeah.
I can't
wanna
think
be
of
Rich
any
Your
bands
Dogs.
at all to open for.
I want to open for Waves too. That'd be cool.
It's for stuck. That's
Wait.
It'd be cool. I don't think we'd fit, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't think we'd fit
fuck
at
with
all.
Wave.
You don't think we
Waves.
would fit with Waves?
I don't think so.
We open for ACDC.
Oh,
It's because
damn.
I don't know. I feel like when you think about Bummertrash, it's like, oh, we fit like in a kind of niche. Like,
What
who
about
else?
like regional bands or like regional Texas bands?
There's a few that I was like, oh, I tried to get them for the shed a few times just because I was like, oh, we fit like their sound so well. There's one I'm a huge fan of. His name's Fishboy. He's like he's an older dude, but like he's been making music since like the early 2000s. And he has like really clever songwriting, and like his songs are fun, and like the way he like writes, I don't know how to explain it. It's just fun. And then like plus like each one of his albums is a story. So like the new one he has, or the newest one is called like Waitsgiving. It's about a fictional holiday where they wait, and like each track is like a different character in this world he's building. And I just think you can listen to one song. It's called Taqueria Girl, and it's off the absurdly long titled one, something about the ghost of Buddy Holly became a parachute or something. It's crazy, but it makes sense. And that song, I remembered I showed it to, I forgot who. I want to say Eric. I don't think he's here anymore. But I showed it to him. I was like, yo, our band, if we brought them down, they're from Denton. So like, oh, if we brought them down, we could open and we'd fit. Perfect. And they started doing like full band shows now too. And that's one of them. Another one I was just listening to in the car would be Bug Hunter. Their songs are really fun too. They're not from Texas though, but they're cool. I really like their songwriting. Again, it's really fun. Really like, he does crazy like wordplay. Like he had a line in a song. I was just listening to it earlier. It's like, oh, I want to be closer than 2 peas in a plod instead of 2 peas in
What's
a
a plod?
pod. Applaud, like clap. Like the word applaud.
Oh, I was like, applaud? What is
Instead
a
of 2
plod?
peas in a pod.
Yeah.
I just
Two
thought
peas
that
in a
was
pod.
quirky, and I really enjoy that kind of songwriting. But locally, there you could go back to my Instagram back from like 2018, and I made like a post. It was just like, you know that meme where it's just like, my main goal is to blow up and act like I ain't know nobody. It's like a riff-raff from like 2016. But I made a post like, oh, my main goal is to blow up and open for Riley the band. And that ended up happening. And now I'm like, oh, that was my goal. What now?
It actually happened.
Got to do it on multiple occasions. Shout out Riley. Love him.
I'd love to do a show with Jacob Jenny. Shout out to that guy.
we
Love
did.
Jacob Jenny.
Have we not?
Another one then.
I think we
I'd
did
be
once.
down for another one.
You guys great. And then I think he's working on music as well. So I mean, it happened. You guys could put 2 shows together.
Jacob Jenny?
Again.
Yeah. Possibly.
Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, I know he watches every episode, so it's very likely he'll see this.
Just in the
I'll send it
background
to him. Be
noise.
like, hey, we talked about you.
I messaged him the other day, like, "Oh my god, I'm in Harlingen right now, and it's the most beautiful city ever. Like, have you seen this laundromat? Oh my god!" And then he was like, "Dude, my uncle does laundry there," or like he was like, "That's my uncle's place," and then I was like, "Your dad owns this laundry?" And then he's like, "I mean, your uncle, whatever."
Yeah.
And your uncle owns this place, and then he's like, "No, he just does his laundry there." And I was like, "Okay, that's still cool."
Yeah, the Harlingen area is like very historic, like with a bunch of like different buildings.
Yeah. Oh, those were the days.
And it's crazy how the valley has changed. I mean, everything from the music scene to just the buildings in general, like it starts becoming more modern. And
Yeah. Like I'm from like the Mission area, and like thankfully there's still some like the.
Oh yeah.
You can go to the Mission Historical Museum just off of Conway, and they have like pictures there from when Conway was still just downtown Mission,
oh wow,
and it looks so nice. And like I look at it now, it still looks great, but it's like, oh man, that's crazy. That looks like this now. It looked way better. And then Ollie has a TikTok page about like rustic architecture.
Oh yeah, I do. You know, one time Angel took me, like we were in Mission, like looking for something to do, and he was like, "Let me take you to my favorite Chinese food spot." And then we went there, and the place Ichiban or King's, I guess it was originally
King's for the
called,
longest time, and then I think
closed.
the owners separated.
and that ruined Angel's whole day. He called his dad to be
Yeah.
like, "King's closed. Oh my goodness!" And then his dad was like, "Oh yeah, they closed a few months ago." I was gonna tell you, but so then we were like, "What the fuck?" And then we went to this place called Movie Night, which is like used to be a video store, but now that like they turned into a restaurant that's like just shows movies while you eat, and it was a lot of fun. And I miss that. I miss like little holes in the wall like that.
yeah.
Also the McAllen Library, but that was like 10 years ago.
The Walmarts.
Now that movie night place, shout out movie night too. There's gonna be a lot of shout outs in this.
Do you have like favorite spots you guys go to, like to hang out or like eat food or just check out in general? That's here in the valley.
This couch.
McDonald's.
We haven't actually had McDonald's in a while.
Yeah,
I think the
it's
latest thing
true.
we've had is like Little Caesars. It's because we usually meet up or Taco Bell. And we don't like
Taco
go
Bell.
eat anywhere. We're like, we'll practice and then we'll be like, oh man, we're hungry. Let's just pick something up. And we'll just go and come back. And then like not practice again and just start slacking off.
Denny's was kind of like a little.
Denny's after shows.
Yeah.
That was kind of our go-to.
Yeah, I remember that. Like we went to Denny's all the time.
Whataburgers
we're
after
not-
shows.
Whataburger too.
Not really
But, that's
Whataburger
like
boys.
Everybody's go to.
It's a classic. More restaurants need to be open like 24 hours. Or at least like later after 10.
I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm still waiting for like a pizzeria to open for like a 24-hour, pizzeria.
You would think we would
Now
have
they
one.
have that like completely automated Burger King or something, and wasn't it Denton or some other Texas city? That's crazy. I should go to that one.
I don't think we have a spot. I don't think we have a spot at all.
No.
Yeah. It's like each other's houses or something.
Yeah.
And like that's it. We don't have like a restaurant.
Yeah, cause I think like after shows, like whenever I hang out with bands, so it's always like Denny's or like Taco Palenque because it's like 24/7 as well.
Yeah.
We need to go to Taco Palenque.
Why?
The one I live,
The
the one I live by,
food's
I don't know if
amazing.
it's like
It's expensive as
24/7
fuck,
anymore because I
dude.
know
No, they
they
had that
used to
new,
be
like-
24/7.
No, you haven't been to
But
a real
the one,
Mexican
yeah,
restaurant.
the one I live
Oh,
by,
I've been
like
to
it's
a
like
real
right
Mexican
there.
restaurant.
I think they
been to-
changed it to
I've
only
been to a
the
Mexican
weekends,
restaurant. I'll take you to fucking
24/7.
Brownsville.
But they
Oh,
close
this
now,
is
and I don't know if
close.
it's like that for every
I'll
single
take you
Taco
to my
Palenque.
favorite
Yeah,
little
that's crazy.
I'm down.
lunch stand in
I'm down. Okay, I'm down.
Progreso.
I think that was like the biggest loss in the pandemic was like the losing of 24-hour service.
Yeah,
Walmart
For, like, a lot of-
Whataburger kept it, but like every
Yeah.
other area, like even Walmart's.
the Walmart was like a go-to spot at least for me, just to chill. I wish so too.
We
There-
had the
dude, there was
International
one.
House of Waffles. That's what we had.
Yeah, I remember.
Or the International Waffle House, but it wasn't Waffle House.
There was one in Brownsville. I remember I was like a little kid.
Yeah, when I was
It-
little,
it
also
closed.
I remember that.
It closed way later and turned into a pawn shop.
Yeah, it did. It did. I remember that.
I need to go to the rest real quick. You guys can like continue the conversation.
All right.
Be right back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what should be our go-to spot?
Our go-to spot should be
Take me back home.
I can't think of a go-to spot.
Is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I missed that show.
Never seen that show. Rip that dude though.
Andre Brower. Rest in peace, bro. I missed this show, bro. I totally
Hey,
watched
it's
this
the
show
girl
again.
from Has Been Hotel.
Never mind.
And Blue Brothers. I was gonna say
The
the,
Blues
Belushi.
Brothers.
The
have a
Blue
show?
Balls.
It's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
It's the movie.
Oh,
have a
Deadpan,
show.
absurd
Dude, I don't know pop
action
culture, man.
comedy.
I know, an absurd. amount.
literally like I played.
That guy's from San
Earthbound.
Antonio.
Really?
Ralph
Ralph
Barbosa.
Barbosa. Cowabunga, bro.
Cowabunga.
What if
He's,
I
he's
buy a
this close to
Sonic?
having an Edgar cut.
Yeah.
He's this close.
I think he's actually from the Valley. Went to San Antonio, made it big in San Antonio in the comedy scene. I should get into stand up. You guys think I can do stand up?
I'd watch you.
We're the joke,
do
bro.
stand up.
We are the stand-up.
One joke.
Okay, don't say it.
All right, here's my joke idea. It was basically on the topic of why they making whiskey based on video games. Y'all guys seen that? Y'all guys seen that?
No.
And TV show. Y'all guys seen that?
Wait,
No.
whiskey?
They got a Resident Evil. They got a Walking Dead. Oh, I'm trying. I had it. They're like, oh, they have Resident Evil, Walking Dead. It's supposed to taste like I haven't had whiskey in years. So it's gonna taste like the first time I had whiskey. That's even worse. Something like that.
Dude, just get it. Just get a
It was
JT.
better. It was better when I had the joke. It's because I had it. I thought I was like, you guys want to hear a joke?
Dude,
And,
that just
once
sounds like they want to make whiskey taste shittier. Just have a JTS Brown if you're willing to like go for
we
like
get
cheap
it. You work
shit.
at Spirits. Ah man, I tried working at I applied for a Specs.
You applied to Specs?
This is like 2 years ago,
Oh.
3 years ago. I really wanted to work there. That seemed like really chill.
What did they say?
I don't think so.
I didn't get the job.
I don't think it's chill.
What
You don't
did
think
they
so?
tell you?
I don't think
Every
it's
time
chill.
I've been in a Specs, it's chill.
I've been in a couple of specs and it's always like
I've been there on a Saturday
the
night. and it's
workers are
chill.
like always just doing something. Like they're at it, hard at work, hard labor. You ain't about that life.
I could be.
They got you doing the
I wanna
easy work
at
cupcakes.
Specs. They pay so well.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go.
Yeah. Good thing I have experience in liquor now. Now I can like apply
Where's
and
Fluffy
probably
from?
get the job.
Bakersfield, California.
Okay. I was trying to remember if he was from Texas, California, because it comes down a lot.
Gabriel Iglesias or what?
Gabriel
Yeah,
Iglesias,
he
yeah.
does shows in El Paso and stuff.
He's doing his last tour now.
This is his last one.
Yeah, this will be his last tour.
Damn, I gotta catch it. I know he's coming to the Burt Ogden Arena in like April.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
If that's
dude.
his last one, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's his last time, so it should be cool.
Just about to get to my income tax season.
Oh,
Shit,
yeah.
I'm
I'm waiting for
tickets.
that too.
Damn, I gotta do my taxes.
It's worth it.
Man, I already got mine.
You already did?
Yeah,
I'm still
waiting.
I'm still waiting for the W2 form. Just like, come on.
Dude, I got
Right,
like
already.
4 WT forms. I have to file all that shit.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad
You
because
should just
like
go
the
somewhere.
program's free.
So how fast did I get it? Because I know Eddie was like, I'm still waiting for it. Still waiting
Eddie's
for
still
it.
waiting for his $25.
And- no, I,
Dude, I never got mine.
also
from
waiting.
last
I'm like,
year.
how come I got mine fast?
Yeah,
Like-
it depends on the workplace.
I already filed and everything. I got my money already.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like. A lot of people are just like, I haven't even gotten my form yet. I was like, what?
Yeah, because I work in a school district and like I hate like how they pay because it's not like bi-weekly, it's every 2 months. Like you get paid
Yeah.
twice a month.
Mhm.
And so like sometimes
so
you
like
can go
every
like,
5th and every 20th.
something like that,
Something
yeah.
like- oh, I have jobs like that.
And
yeah.
so like sometimes you can go 3 weeks without getting paid and I'm just like, And then like checks you do get, they're like from like a month ago. So it's just kind of like hard balancing your paychecks and all that stuff.
It really makes you appreciate just bi-weekly.
Yeah.
Every Friday or every
That's
other
because I used to
Friday.
complain about bi-weekly, like, oh man, like bi-weekly sucks, whatever. Why can't we just do one weekly?
And they're like, oh, it could get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get paid weekly, man. It's the best feeling ever.
Elvis.
Continue.
Man, I should have turned the TV off.
I know.
Nah, I'm enjoying this. I see
Yeah,
like
it's nice.
random
It's been
I
a
movies.
like
Politics.
looking at Austin Butler,
Frank was showing
Hey.
me
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Frank was showing me Scott Pilgrim before we started recording. It was good. I wish there was more 2D animation nowadays. But other than that, like,
Isn't 2D like more expensive?
yeah, that's why they don't do it.
That's what you have.
But they do in other countries. Come on.
Come on.
We just need more slavery, you know? Just get those kids working. We don't need to know what happens in the background.
I just saw this new animated movie the other day, like no dialogue, just like an hour and like 50 minutes of just animation. It's really good. It's based off a graphic novel I read in like middle school. It's called Robot Dreams. It's real.
This sounds familiar. What's it about? Or
It's about a dog who's like super lonely and he buys himself like a robot buddy.
oh,
And then the robot buddy gets like all rusted and like is stuck on the beach. And So basically, they close off the beach like the day he's gonna go back and fix him. So like the movie and the book take place like within that year. He has to wait to go back to the beach. It's super good. I recommend it.
Yeah, I think the death of like 2D animation has been like really bad, because like even now like 3D animation is getting lazier. I'm not sure if you heard, but like there was like a sequel to Megamind, which is Megamind 2.
I've seen that. Dude. There's like compilations on YouTube of just every animation trailer or animation error in just a trailer.
That's one big fumble. Like they saw that people were joking about it again, like 10 years later, and they made something like for kids as the target demographic, when like the people who watched and liked Megamind, they're like 10 years older now. Like, dog, like, what are you doing? Like, I'd like to meet the executive who came up with that decision.
Yeah, somehow within like 10 years, the animation got worse, and it had like none of the original cast. So like, there's no Will Ferrell, Tina Fey, I forgot the other guy's name.
Cross.
Yeah, David Cross.
my
Brad Pitt
God.
was in it too.
It's like none of them are
Jonah
back.
Hill.
The animations were worse.
I love Megamind.
I love Mega Man.
I'm naming the whole cast.
That's totally like, I mean, that has corporate written all over it.
I don't know.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
It's also like sometimes characters are like their voices. So like you could recast Megamind, but like it wasn't Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So like that character was Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Same with like
Donkey from Shrek.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
they recasted Donkey.
No, like, I mean, like they can't.
Oh yeah, it is like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And then like even going back to like Rick and Morty when that came out, everybody was like,
Oh,
they
yeah.
knew voice actors. And again, it goes to like, their voices were their character.
No, yeah, that's always been. I've been seeing that a lot lately. It's just awful because again, like I know the movies have to say like their money because like they're doing like tax write-offs, so like obviously it comes with it. But I'm just kind of like, man, it's kind of sucking.
You just reminded me of the Wile E. Coyote movie
I was
they
just
canceled.
thinking about that.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I miss animation, and well, like they had a good movie on their hands, and then
It
they
was
just
supposed
like,
to be kind of
Like Roger Rabbit.
Roger Rabbit. Yeah,
let me tell you why
mixed
that
up.
doesn't work out for me. Basically,
Supposedly, it's like really good. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And they just canned it.
Gendy Tartakovsky can't catch a break. First Popeye, and wait, no, did he do that? Like, was he working on the Coyote movie?
I remember. I don't know actually. I know the Popeyes movie leaked, like the whole thing,
Really?
because it got canned. Yeah.
Man, I need to watch that.
The new SpongeBob leaked too.
There's a new SpongeBob.
It's coming to Netflix. I don't know when, but it's already on Discord. Like
know.
there's a whole Discord server just about SpongeBob episodes, and it leaked on there. The whole movie. It's crazy.
Discord should get banned one day because of all the leaks that going on there.
But I mean, what is the SpongeBob movie gonna be about now?
No, it's about
'Cause-
like Sandy's family. Like they go back to like the
They
real
go back-
world. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't watch
Texas.
it. I like
Texas.
skimmed it. But
But I feel like it's gonna suck though, because
from what I saw, it was okay.
Sounds interesting.
It's
You
kind of
know,
like
Mr.
Sponge Out of Water esque.
I'm just glad there's a movie about Texas because like every single movie is either California or New York.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't we have like some kind of like disaster film here?
Leave it to SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's got
Thank you,
back.
Sandy.
Oh man. And there's that new Batman Beyond that just got canned too.
Oh yeah.
They early
it,
pitched
was,
it.
it was from the same people as the Spider-Man Beyond the
Yeah,
the
Beyond
animated one.
Spider Verse.
It got canned.
It looked good though. Like
Nice.
just like
It looks
the.
good.
But from what I heard, it actually got canned 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then it barely came out.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's even crazier
I'm like falling
to
to my
think
knees
like,
right now.
they could have picked it up back then, and they probably could have had like their Spider Verse.
Yeah.
That's so insane.
Too late now.
It would have been good. It would have been good.
It would've
I
been
swear.
fantastic. And then the actor passed away, right? The one who played Batman, Kevin, I forgot his
Oh,
name, Kevin
yeah.
Conroy.
Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, he passed away.
So like, there goes that too. What other guys? What other stuff do you guys do besides music? Like in terms of hobbies?
cooking.
Cooking?
I heard cocaine.
I heard cocaine too.
No,
Wait,
what?
like-
What'd you say then? I thought you said
cooking.
Cooking.
Oh, I heard cocaine.
We all
Yeah, we all heard cocaine.
What the fuck?
That goes with being in the
It's like
band. I guess.
that's a hobby, I
No.
guess.
Frank, when Frank got here, he made me a dope ass, bomb ass chicken sandwich with like the tomato and the avocado and everything.
Today?
Yeah, like right now.
Literally,
I-
like 2 hours ago.
I want that grilled
Easily
cheese now.
like top 10 sandwich. I was like,
Rumbling and
ooh.
shit.
I'll make,
I was like Jake
that's
from
what I was
Adventure
telling you,
Time.
like, I'll make it for you. You don't have to go buy something.
Nah, I got better cheese. We could, yeah.
There, you gave me that face. We're
Fine,
not going to
dude.
Walmart.
We're not going to Walgreens.
Fuck, dude, I love Wallbangers. No,
You're thinking about it. Okay,
don't
we might
do
go.
this to
Full
me.
bangers. I like that place.
No.
Shit. I guess
Um,
we could barbecue.
I don't know about hobbies, man.
Any hobbies or interests or anything?
I'd be
It's really hard to think of hobbies.
I've been trying to get back into drawing. I've started making flip notes again because I used to like all the time, like when I was a kid though, and then I never got back into it. I've always wanted to because I mean animation's fun and stuff. So I've been doing that. I'm like, what else am I doing? Right now, my only hobby is like going up to old buildings and going like, "Ooh, look at that building."
Exploring.
Yeah, exploring. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds more fun once you have a term for it.
Adventure.
There you go.
Nah,
I'll leave
That
the
sounds
adventures.
that sounds too Pinteresty.
I love Pinterest
Yeah.
though.
Oh,
If it's
never
Ollie.
mind.
There you go. It's
Oh
perfect
my
for him.
god, no! Am I the only one that doesn't like these things like Pinterest and stuff?
It's cool.
Yes, I do.
And MySpace.
I've never actually had a MySpace account.
And
That's a lie.
And the strokes. I don't know.
I like cooking. I like the Strokes, and I like Bummertrash.
Yeah.
It's not really a hobby.
What got you into cooking?
What got me into cooking?
Yeah.
Shit, what did get me into cooking?
Just you were
mean-
hungry one day.
Yeah, honestly, I
Like
was
it starts
just,
off out of necessity, but like we actually get to like
just
more deeply involved because some people just like learn like the basics and then you stop there.
it's because what happened. It was in high school. My mom and dad were like out for work and everything, and it was a Saturday. Nobody else was at home except just me and my sister. But my sister's just minding her own business in her room, and I was like, I'm hungry, but I don't have a car. I can't go to a Whataburger or something, and I don't have money either. I'm a high schooler. I'm like fucking 16 or whatever, and I just decided to like crack an egg on a pan, and I made myself some scrambled eggs for the first time, and then from there I just kept doing like other things
Yeah.
without like anybody telling me anything. I just do it. There's just something about me that once you tell me to do something, I just don't want to do it. But when I have it already, like I'm gonna do this, and then like my mom tells me, "Oh, don't forget to do that." I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore.
I'm not doing it, Mom.
What's been like your most like the I guess the meal you've been most proud of you made so far?
What?
What's been the most the meal you've been most proud of making so far?
Well,
Grilled cheese.
That chicken sandwich from earlier.
That chicken
no,
sandwich.
that was easy shit.
Damn, that was easy.
That was easy shit. I'll make you guys some. Don't worry.
Gordon
was-
Ramsay's beef Wellington.
But the hardest thing I've ever done. Well, I mean, at first I thought it was hard to do, but I learned to make pie.
Mhm.
My
That
own
sounds
pie.
good. That sounds,
sounds
good.
good,
isn't it?
What kind of pie?
Apple. Basic. I've never baked before ever in my life, and I just found this like simple recipe on YouTube. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try that, and I just did it, and it came out really good. My mom really liked it.
Damn, never made it.
Another
never
thing
made
would
pie.
be like, I guess,
Make
chicken
cake.
Alfredo.
Chicken Alfredo. Yeah.
I made cake.
Yeah,
You made cake?
Yeah.
Good for you.
the aha moment that I had when I mixed heavy whipping cream with flour and
water.
and cheese with
yeah,
butter.
I can go
Came
get
out
it.
so good, so good. I had to slap myself right now because it came out so good. I remember when I first made chicken Alfredo by myself from scratch.
Like scratch pasta and everything.
Yeah. Oh, okay, not the pasta. I had to
Okay,
buy the
yeah,
pasta.
yeah.
I don't make my own
Scratch
pasta.
scratch pizza.
Scratch pizza. That's
Nah, we made pizza one time. It wasn't from scratch. We got all the pieces.
I made pizza before.
You don't make me no food, bro. You're
I
always
don't
like,
make
I made
you
this,
shit.
I made this, I made this. You don't make me
The
jack
tortilla
shit.
with the like burrito, and then you make the
Yeah,
tortilla
because
and
earlier in
the
the weekend I
filling.
was fighting the flu. So.
Dude, that's
Oh yeah, that's why you were
Everybody's
sick,
getting
right?
sick. Everybody's getting sick. It's crazy.
Yeah, just yesterday, someone had to pick me up from work, and as I didn't even recognize the voice, as they picked me up, he was like, "Oh yeah, Yeah, I'm here to pick you up, man.
Everybody's been telling me that they begin sick. So like, if it made me feel better because like before I would never get sick, and then it was on Tuesday I started like getting like coughing. So like, okay, whatever, because I have allergies sometimes, so it's not a big
Yeah.
deal. And then it became congestion, and then a fever started happening, and then I started coughing too much. And I'm like, no, this is
Something's up.
This ain't right.
Okay. I don't get sick. All right.
Do you have that thing where it's like you never get sick, but once you do, it
Yes,
hits like
that's
super
exactly.
hard? Yeah, I have that too.
And so like for like 2 years, like I didn't get sick at all. So I'm like, okay, this is getting too scary. And then this past week hit, and that was it.
No, I'm the same way. I think like 2 years ago, I caught COVID, and when that hit me, I was out for like a week. I was just in bed. I was like,
Damn.
"Nah, I ain't
You never
getting out."
really
I
appreciate
never got COVID, dude.
until you wake up with a sore throat and you're like, damn.
And I was a
Just breathing in general, like from your
delivery driver
nose.
for
That's just like
pharmacy.
one thing you do.
Yeah.
So that's it.
I was
I
an
got
essential
sick,
worker.
and then I got my brother sick, and I was finally starting
never
to get
got
a little
COVID.
better,
Yeah.
and then my brother got me sick again.
Oh no.
Somehow, like it like mutated or something. I was like, oh fuck this.
And the COVID sucked. I just got sick also recently, not with COVID, but I got sick and it hit me hard.
What was your experience with COVID?
Who you asking?
I was
Oh.
it was very hot. My body was like shutting down. I was just there in the couch for like 2 weeks, just
Yeah,
dead.
it's bad.
It was really bad. It was really bad.
For me, I had one of the weirdest experiences because when you get COVID, you lose your sense of smell and taste. For me, it was just the smell, and somehow I was still able to like taste food, and I was just like, oh my god, like I'm lucky nothing happened because
Yeah, no, I didn't lose my sense
At all?
of taste. I
didn't
didn't
get
lose
that
it. My
either.
fiance did,
yeah,
and the only thing she could do was peanut butter and like spicy food, and that was it. She could taste that.
Yeah.
Spicy food.
and I had a friend who like his taste changed it. So like anytime he would eat like burgers or like eggs, to him it would taste metallic,
Yeah, I've heard
and
that.
he
Yeah,
couldn't he couldn't eat for a while. So he
dude,
lost,
that
like,
sucks.
he lost a lot of weight. I'm like, damn.
I remember hearing like when COVID was first happening, when people were catching it and losing their sense of smell, when they would get it back, they'd be like, "Oh, like everything
the same.
smells bad." No, I heard like it
Oh,
smelled bad, like everything. And it was like, oh, that's crazy. Like maybe we're all just like nose blind to
Happened to
everything.
me once. I don't know if it was COVID or not, but like I walked into Armando's Pizza and like I couldn't get a full breath in for some reason. Like you couldn't feel it here, you know? And then like every bite I took out of that pizza just tasted like bad. I don't know what it is. Like cuz usually it's really good in there.
Yeah,
That's me a Chuck E. Cheese, man.
It's bad.
Oh, I mean,
guys.
Chuck E. Cheese is different. Like give them a break.
nah, yeah.
I never got COVID.
You're lucky.
So lucky.
I still remember that morning because the previous night I was coughing a bit, and again, coughing's not much, but then when I was taking a shower, like I couldn't smell my shampoo, and I thought I was going crazy. I'm like, and like, oh shit, like that was it. That was a total sign that I had COVID. I'm like, damn. So to make calls, like telling my workplace, telling my mom, like, hey, I got COVID.
No, I remember doing the test and it came out positive. I was like, I don't feel it. And like the very next day, like I was already dead. I was done for it. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah,
It hit hard.
can't believe that like that was already 4 years ago.
I know, right?
Damn.
Like I think about it, I'm like 2019 and just
It's
past
just like, it's just
everything
'cause
passed.
those first 2 years, like they were completely like shut down or gone. So like that's time people just lost.
Yeah.
And we're still suffering for it.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. 24-hour Walmart.
I had graduated like 2019, so like the following spring was like, okay, I'm taking a break because me and my family were going to Iowa to like visit my uncle, and like the moment like we reached there like halfway, like Texas like started shutting down, and I'm like, okay, well I guess we're getting a free week of vacation because I work at the school now and my sister was high school, so I'm like, okay, 1 week off, fine. Then it became 2 weeks, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. Then they became like the full semester was like closed off. And that's like when the beginning, like the shutdown started happening. I'm just like,
Yeah,
damn.
me and Logan have this friend, Zach. He was in Las Vegas for like a band competition,
Yeah.
like for a marching band. I think it was color guard. It was some kind of like school elective competition.
Yeah.
As soon as they got there is when they like shut everything down.
Damn.
So they had to head like straight back.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
We got 2 weeks off of school, baby. February 25th, 2024. Oh my god.
Yeah. Then it's like, oh, we're gonna like suspend like the text exams, whatever, or the STAR exams. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then it became the full semester. I'm just like, damn, that's it.
Shout out to tax.
Tax, yeah, tax.
The tax tests.
The tax test. Yeah, I used to be
Oh,
the
man.
tax.
I remember that. No, dude.
Now known as the STAR exam.
That's
I
a
remember
star.
that. Dude, I was so close to taking the STARS exam, but I was the last class to take the tax.
Damn.
After that, fuck y'all. Everybody started taking STARS.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, we're raising our standards, whatever. I'm just like, why us?
Then everyone started failing.
Commended on every test.
The school board was like, "Why is everybody failing?" I was like, "Because you made it more difficult. Like, why would you do that to them? Like, what's the point of making a test more difficult?"
Apparently, 10-year-olds don't know their shape now. That's what I keep seeing on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's-
I've seen a lot of stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I
Yeah.
think the when I think you mentioned like the effects of the pandemic. It's still going on because I'm a substitute teacher, and so like early on, like kids weren't like speaking right, or like they were losing like social cues on like communication. Some still like some high schoolers didn't even know like how to read. Like they were still struggling how to read like sentences. And then when I went to the middle school, like some of them just didn't know like basic math. And I'm just like, how are you in middle school and you don't know like addition, subtraction?
They
So,
just
like-
let them pass.
Yeah.
It's sad. Yeah, I was seeing some YouTube videos about how a lot of school teachers are quitting.
Yeah.
Because all the kids in elementary are like so entitled and not, I guess, very
No.
very
get those all the
detached,
time.
very detached to social cues that
Yeah.
they just don't even know where they live, and they don't know like the alphabet. I don't know.
Alphabet or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
They're
you think
just
about like
so-
some of them, they were babies, and when they were looking at people, like they were just seeing masked, and like when you're developing as a human, you're supposed to see like facial
you
cues.
know, like,
Yeah.
And since everybody was wearing masks, like it affected their mentality or whatever.
But
So,
it
like,
also, I mean, it also has to do with like iPads and everything.
that too, yeah.
Yeah, because
The
they would
skibbity
just get
toilet.
on fucking on the iPad and just they would just rot their brain. I don't know.
Yeah, it rots your brain.
Not to be like traditional or
No,
something.
yeah, you're right.
No,
We
I
got
still rot my brain.
The Coco Melon
Like
generation.
I like to be outside sometimes.
Don't
you
even
know,
get me
when I was
started
a
on
kid.
TikTok. I'm on there like,
Yeah. I remember the first time I got overstimulated when I first got on TikTok because like the moment you open the app, it's like there's already a video right there. I was like, whoa, like is there any way to pause this? And it's like constant video. So I mean,
Yeah, and then the kind of YouTubers that they see also on the iPad and everything, they have this mindset saying like that guy is obnoxious and acting the fool, and they get paid money to do it. Why bother even learning anything?
yeah.
And that's what I've seen like through those videos they're talking about. And yeah, I kind of see it. I mean, I haven't been to like a elementary school because I used to work for a school district as
Yeah.
well. Oh, yeah. I was working at the Harlingen School District as a janitor, and kids were kind of like pretty well behaved during that time. But yeah, once you get to middle school, yeah, like they start acting like
Yeah.
really, really bad.
That's middle
And
schoolers.
from those videos, they always say that it's just getting worse every year.
Yeah, that's why like a lot of teachers have been quitting, and like since I started working at the high school, right? Like grew up and whatever, only like one teacher's left like from when I was there. It's just the band director, and even him, like I'm surprised he's still there because like he should have quit a long time ago. Not that he's a bad teacher, but like he does so much work for the school, and compared to like what he gets paid, it's just kind of like
Yeah.
it's like EMT is like, it does like, doesn't matter if you're like unqualified or something like that. I don't know. Like, okay, that came out wrong, but like it's an essential job.
Yeah.
And you can't just like tell everybody to invest in Bitcoin or like start a real estate portfolio. I mean,
That's
we
always-
need EMTs and we need teachers. And when they start quitting en masse, it's probably not going to be good for society.
yeah, we need more EMT, less shoegaze pants.
That Bitcoin thing always reminds me of that video of the guy being like Eddie from Ed and Eddie.
Oh yeah.
It's like, you know what I was talking about, yeah. You should invest in Dogecoin. And he just takes his phone and is like,
all the jawbreakers.
oh yeah, think of all the jawbreakers. That shit is so funny.
But yeah,
Crazy times we live in.
I mean, I guess that's how life is now, and I'm just worried like what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, like
Fuck the world
it's
right
weird.
now.
Like we kind of live in the future now, I guess.
We are the future.
Yeah, like the year 2000 always, they would always mention the year 2000 in the 20th century as like some far off thing. And then they like people like started freaking out over like the world ending in the year 2000. And well, now we're like 24 years removed from that. And it's like, damn, God, it's been a while.
And then Fruitigo Arrow happened.
Yeah.
That shit was
like,
cool.
This year, and especially like last year too, were the first ones where things really started to feel different from the last decade. Which, I mean, the same thing happened in 2013. Like that was the first time I felt the vibes like shifting from, say, like 2009 or something. So it's just gonna happen again, and then it'll happen again in like 2033 and 34, and that's just how it is. And like I can't deal with that. Like,
Okay, but what are you excited for in terms of the future? On the flip side,
you know what I'm excited for? In 2027, UTRGV is going to open up their time capsule from 1977. I am so there. Oh my God. Like that's something to look forward to.
He's excited about the past.
he's looking forward to the future for the past.
Yeah.
I remember that Nickelodeon time capsule thing that they did as well. It was like in 1990.
It was the 90s Nick era because they were putting slime and
What's the
shit
point
in it.
of the time capsule?
1990,
To be like, that's how we live.
1992. I
But we got
think.
museums.
Look how much we've advanced.
Look,
Yeah,
we got
we
museums.
do have museums.
Bummertrash time capsule.
That's just my SoundCloud.
It'd be like literally just the first album in like 30 years from now.
Acoustic
You open it
trash.
up, just the first thing.
Just the first thing.
The second album hasn't come out yet.
Here's some pictures that we got from Angel's like Motorola Razor or something.
I had a BlackBerry,
Okay, sir.
Damn,
and I had that to
dude.
like. You were there, like, to what, 2016? Yeah. I had a BlackBerry since like 2016.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
remember that.
I got it like
Don't
2012.
worry, I had a
last-
Windows phone around that time too, so it's fine.
I couldn't with Windows Phone. I had one. It was like disconnected. I just used it for like games or whatever. I
Yeah.
hated the Windows Phone. I couldn't. I
I
couldn't do
loved it. It was like super like snappy, so I'm like, this is perfect.
Dude, I had an iPhone 4 for the rest of high school. And that during that time that like the iPhone 6 already came out or something like that.
iPhone 6 was like the last good one because it had the headphone jack still. Then by the
Yeah.
iPhone
I
7,
had
it was
the
gone.
iPhone 6 since like all the way to like 2019. I had the iPhone 6. And then I upgraded like after the pandemic to like an iPhone 11. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my BlackBerry now. I kind of miss that phone.
They tried to do a comeback,
Dude.
but I don't think it worked out.
Nah.
No, I don't
I
think.
don't- I don't
I don't think it
miss
would
my
work out
Yeah,
ever.
'cause I think what they tried to do is like they were trying to like combine like using the OS from Android while combining like the physical keys of BlackBerry, but it's just
No.
You need that old,
Yeah.
just that keyboard right there. That's all you need.
I think my first one was like those sidekick ones.
Oh, yeah,
I
that was
really
mine.
like that one.
Yeah, that was my very first one. It was just like a basic phone. It wasn't Android or anything like that. So
Dude, that reminds me of like this one thing in middle school. This one girl like pulled out her phone and she just like it's like a regular whatever. Okay, let's say this.
yeah,
She flipped it and it went like that.
I know what
wow.
phone you're talking about. I've seen that.
That was so cool. That was like I got so excited.
I got-
Never again.
Everyone else got so excited when they saw that.
Never again.
I got my first phone in like
love
fourth
the-
grade. It was just a little shitty flip phone, and like I would look at kids. There was one specific girl in my class, and she was like watching like TV on her phone. And I was like,
wow.
I
Oh
don't
my
got that. I would
God.
go and like have my little flip phone.
that's a huge flex.
Got it taken away like
Dude.
a week later for prank calling my family.
there was
I was,
this one
I
guy
was a
who-
huge fan of
who-
Minecraft. And when Sony Ericsson Xperia came out or something, like whatever it was, the Sony phone that could play Minecraft on it, I like, you know, I fell to the floor like, oh my God, we live in the future, baby. Oh my bit.
Shout out
know there was a phone
Minecraft
like
Pocket
that.
Edition, dude.
I love the foldable ones that they have
so
now.
good,
Like
so good.
that would be awesome to get.
That wasn't it, man.
It was it, bro.
Dude.
It was just a simplified version of
Which one?
Minecraft. It was
I
so
remember this one guy when I was in middle school. He brought the iTouch.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that? The iTouch. And he opened up the beer app.
Oh yeah.
He was just like pretending to drink beer. And we were all amazed by
Placebo
that
go
shit.
crazy.
And then he also played Tap Tap Metallica. That shit was
Tap Tap
funny.
Revenge.
Those the classic. Even that's kind of like it's kind of weird thinking back. Like now all these are phone. Now all these games are classics like Angry Birds, Fruit Ninja, all like those early touchscreen games.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Dude, that's gonna be in a museum one day.
Yeah, no, it really
Yeah.
is. And you're gonna look forward to that.
Yeah.
I remember those.
An internet
They don't make them like they
museum.
used to, man.
Dude, MySpace is gonna be there someday.
Yeah, that's me. I'm like an old soul or something.
They tried rebranding, no? MySpace, they tried bringing it
Yeah.
back.
They tried to become like
No.
a music platform or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it flopped.
Oh, whoops.
Whoops.
Bummertrash music on MySpace or no?
Yes, definitely. I'll be the one to do that.
There
Okay.
you go.
Your top 5, and it's just Bummertrash
Dude,
tracks.
we gotta look like dude. We gotta look like 2016 kids though.
I could
You
do
know,
it.
with
I just
the-
gotta
the
straighten my hair.
and shit.
I got my sister
And then
for
the
reference.
the
You
highlights.
do.
Oh man.
Man. Then make those old school show flyers. 2000 was something different.
It was a way simpler
Doesn't
time.
feel real.
It feels so boomer to say, but it was such a simpler time.
It is. That's why like sometimes I also feel bad for kids in general, just because like all their lives are being recorded on social media.
Yeah.
I say that as we're doing a podcast, but we're already past the middle school age, so I mean it's different for them. Like
Yeah.
everything.
I feel like the early 2000s was like the perfect mix between technology and
Like the old
Just being off the grid or whatever you want to
yeah, off grid stuff.
Yeah, technology should have stopped right after PS2.
Yeah.
That's all we
Okay,
needed.
hold on.
Yeah, hold on, dude.
Hold on.
No.
Between like 1999 and maybe like
PS3.
2007 tops. 2008.
PS3.
Yeah.
No,
Because PS4
maybe not.
doesn't really
Like
have
financial
games.
crisis started.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad for those people too. It's going to the 2008 financial crisis.
Dude, like I watched the Supersize documentary maybe like once every 6 months or something. And it came out in
every
2005,
6 months?
which really
I've
doesn't
seen it
feel
once
that
every,
long
like,
ago.
6
But I
years.
mean, shit, that was 19 years ago. Oh my god, everything in that movie looks like at least like 1995 and not like 2005.
Oh damn.
Here's a quiz for you.
Yeah, what's up?
How much was a Big Mac in that movie?
99 cents.
Damn. I didn't know the answer.
Yes, though. But you could supersize me for like 50 cents, which is insane. Like, why were people eating that much back then?
Because it was good.
That's so crazy. I was talking to my dad earlier today, and he was like, "Man, when I was your age, like, we already had our family. We were taking road trips to California, and the first thing I asked him, I was like, how much was gas back then?' He's like, 99 cents. I was like, yeah, 99 cents compared to our what, like 2.79 now?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And even then, people are complaining because I saw TikTok where people are saying like some parts of the U.S. A hush brown's $3, and like back then it used to be like $1.
Damn, dude.
And even here it's like $1 something. So I mean,
I'll never forget during the pandemic when I filled up my car for like $10, and like like I'm gonna remember this. This isn't gonna happen again.
It might.
Oh, shit.
We have had
Look
two
forward to it.
recessions. We've had 2 recessions.
Yeah.
Might happen again.
dude, talking about gas, I still remember the freeze. We went through like in 2001.
I wasn't there for that. I was thinking about the most recent one where all the gas stations,
Yeah, they
everywhere
were
you
all
went,
shut off.
they were
And for-
shut off.
And
And
for some reason, our small town, our stripes was still working. And the entire line, it was like 3 different cities.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was La
I could
Villa,
imagine that.
El Couch, Monte Alto, Westlaco, like all the nearby cities were like all there. I'm like, oh God.
no, yeah, even there, over there by the shed on Monte Cristo, there was like
Yeah.
one meat market whose gas was still on.
Oof.
And that went down Monte Cristo, that line. It was insane. My dad called me like at 6 a.m. and be like, hey, the gas is out. Like, go real quick, fill up your tank. I was like, oh shit. All that's over there.
Yeah.
And again, like we're car centric. So
Yeah,
it's like,
Yeah.
it's the worst. Yeah, for me, like what made it really bad was like my gas tank was already low, so I'm just like, damn, like am I gonna
Will
make
I
it back?
even make it?
Dude,
Yeah.
I think we need a train station for sure.
We need something else that just doesn't rely on gas.
Just a
Yeah,
fucking
that'd be
bullet
nice.
station, you know. I don't know why I said bullet
don't
station.
trust
I'm
no
thinking of
bus.
Sonic right now.
I ain't
There's
trust
this
no
fucking
bus, bro.
stage called Bullet Station.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of trains going around everywhere, and like the characters
be
are
nice.
grinding in rails.
I think
Sounds
they used
cool.
to have
It's
them.
the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
a
because
long way
our
down.
town was one of those station cities where like the trains would go through there for cotton.
And I do wish they had like better sidewalks.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
Everywhere here,
sometimes
down
there's no
here.
sidewalks at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
The existence
For, like,
sidewalks, maybe.
Other like people who are like trying to get like nowadays I see more electrical scooters.
Yeah.
When I had one before I crashed it,
Down.
I was trying to get to this guy's house, and like at one point it just stopped, and there's nowhere to go, and there was no like bike trail or
Yeah, the
anything
bike
like
lanes
that.
are over, yeah.
It was just the 2 lanes of cars, and that was it. And I was just like, how do I do it? It's like busy and stuff. Like there's no way to do it. And then I can imagine like if they worked on anything like that, and people had started doing like converting to anything electrical, it'd probably be better. You know,
Yeah.
wouldn't rely on gas. They ain't never gonna do it though.
Yeah. They sealed their fate when they made the FAR interchange in like
Yeah.
the 70s or something.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
And we're still feeling those effects right now with the traffic or going to Edinburgh.
They're still not done.
Dude.
Man,
I hate it.
Why do they even start construction?
To construct.
Have you guys seen the little like
the point of it? It was
prehistoric crocodile
fine.
like crawling out of the water? And the caption's like, "Why did he do it?"
Why did he do?
Why? No,
Yeah, we really bounced
I
off
didn't live in McAllen.
our
So-
hobby topic.
No, I love this conversation just because it goes off.
Make sure you listen to Bummerville, guys.
It comes out. Comes out
Eventually.
sometime.
Once the interchange is done, the music will come out.
What was the question?
Huh?
What'd you say?
No, like once the interchange is fixed, the music will come out.
Oh yeah.
Whenever that is. 2077.
Yeah, because this is like some of it will be done by this year, but I'm like, no, it's not.
No, they said that
They've
like
said
2
that.
years
They've
ago.
said that a
They
lot.
said like, yeah, because I know like they said they were gonna finish one of the lanes. I'm like,
They'll
really?
finish it once we get the
many lanes are
Disneyland in McAllen or Edinburgh.
Like in
What the
McAllen,
fuck?
like let's say you're going from, say Edinburgh to McAllen. It's 2 lanes, but then once you hit McAllen, it becomes like, or actually Far, sorry, it becomes 1 lane,
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they still haven't fixed it. I'm just like, come on,
it's like that basically.
yeah. That and also they announced that they're making a second causeway for SPI, which is a second bridge.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be another interesting thing.
They're gonna make a second bridge
Ah.
from.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be right next to it?
No,
Or
it's
it's
gonna be like a little bit more down.
They should make it a
okay.
double-decker bridge. That'd be insane.
That would be insane. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
But it
"Damn, that
sounds cool."
Scary, dude.
That's because the recent one got like what happened? They had like a warning sign saying like not to cross recently.
Oh yeah, it was a few
What?
days ago. Yeah.
Yeah, like a few
What?
days ago. Yeah, I got like
They closed the
they
bridge
closed the
down.
bridge down.
Lest it falls down again. Oh no.
That's scary.
That's scary. Like imagine living in 2001 and then hearing like the towers fell and then the bridge.
Dude. Okay.
Man, you
If
guys
I
are
can go off
laughing.
topic here. There's this place in New Mexico that oh no, it wasn't after 9/11. It was during like the pandemic. Or no, like whenever there's like a big catastrophe,
Yeah.
this place in New Mexico it has like 800 people and it's in the middle of the mountains or something. And there's only one tunnel that that leads into the city. Every other time they try to propose like blowing up the tunnel so no one can leave and no one can get in either. And like, damn, maybe we should do that for the Harlingen Bridge. I don't know.
Any bridge down here.
McAllen, Harlingen Bridge.
And then build a train instead.
Yeah, I'd be down for a train
Yeah,
there.
we need a train.
We
Yeah,
need a
because
train.
there was like proposed like lines between I think McAllen or Brownsville all the way to like San Antonio, Austin, and then it would trail off to different little substations. But
It's not a bad idea.
Sounds
That'd
really
be cool.
convenient
Yeah,
and
yeah.
efficient for everybody.
But again, it was proposed high-speed rail, but it's not gonna happen.
Oh, it wasn't the train. It was like a high-speed rail.
Yeah, high-speed rail.
They
yeah.
started that thing that connects like Houston and Dallas, I think. But I hope they have more stuff by 2030.
Imagine going on a tour on a train.
That'd be crazy.
I'd be
What they do
down.
I
in
feel like-
Europe. Like you get compensated. Like I think it depends on your government or something. But yeah,
They have like
Texas would do
passes.
that.
Like, oh, it's like this would last for a certain amount of time, like a pass.
yeah, they do. But and like if you mention that you're on tour or something, they might like you might get like 10% off or something. I don't know. I haven't looked into it.
One quid off. That's it.
Bummertrash Europe tour
Oh damn.
On a train.
on a train.
Is there? Oh, never mind. I don't.
Just saying.
Okay. I'm kind of like uneducated on emo music. So do they make that in Europe at all? Does like black metal count?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Black metal isn't emo, man.
That is
Shit.
true.
It's metal.
They make
Is
emo
there
music
even
in the
such thing
UK.
as- yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
gonna say, is there even such thing as emo music in Britain?
The Smiths.
There is. What's it called?
Emo. It's called emo.
Gene.
Okay,
I
what
wonder like
bands?
what their subjects are about over there.
What bands
It's the
are
same
emo
thing.
in
You put
the
me
UK?
on. You put me on the spot, man. You got me thinking. I know there is because I heard
Exactly.
it.
Emo only exists in the US.
It's like the band that Riley toured with
Oh, really?
when they went to the UK.
But like, what do they sing about over there?
Exactly.
I would
That's what I
assume
was
the same
thinking.
stuff.
A lot, dude. Like
But instead of like, oh, I went bar
They're bad
hopping, it
food.
said I went to the pub.
how it like
Had a
rains
pint.
all the time.
That's
They never see the
Libertines,
sun.
The Libertines literally talk about that
They
shit.
do though, but I just don't remember the name of the
So
band.
is Libertines emo?
Could be.
Is Arctic Monkeys emo?
No.
No.
That's not.
I mean,
Not
the
at
first
all.
album was like talking about the day in the life of like living over there in
No.
England.
England, bro.
Well, I don't even know where they're from, honestly.
UK.
But I just know they're from the UK, yeah.
That's all you need to know.
But like they're just talking about like the way their lifestyle is in that
Shout out to
album.
all our like Bristol fans out there, or fans in like fucking Wellington upon Leeds or something.
UK emo.
Have you actually checked like your demographics and all that stuff like for your bands?
Sometimes I Google myself more often than I should. That isn't anything I've gone into though. Like I've checked SoundCloud
To see like where
demographic.
we're listening from.
It's usually just like Texas,
Uh,
Austin. I'll get like 5 plays there. And I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
But,
shout out to the Austin listeners.
Shout out to Austin. Please
Hell
book
yeah.
us. I'll go through the SoundCloud and I feel like it's bots or something because it'll be like one play from like Madrid. I'm like nobody in Madrid's listening to Bummertrash.
I mean,
You never know.
I mean,
You
you never
never
know.
know.
It could be just one 12-year-old kid out there. Be
Yeah, Bummertrash.
¿Quién es Bummertrash?
I did have one song blow up on SoundCloud and that's it. And by blow up, I mean only like 5,000 plays.
Dude, I was like one of those kids when I would discover like a really like unknown band. I'll be like I'll be from Texas or whatever, listening from like Memphis, Tennessee or something like that. I'll be listening to some band from Memphis.
Yeah,
And-
I miss Bandcamp.
And I feel like that's the same thing that's going on.
What do you mean you miss
when
Bandcamp?
When you said
Still here.
It's still here.
Madrid.
Weren't they bought by
Like, it
Condé
could be
Nast
like
or
something
something?
like that, where like just
They're
one
bought by
kid just discovered
Epic.
your music and they
Oh
just
yeah,
love it
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't know.
Condé Nast
There's
was
random
Pitchfork.
re-uploads
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube.
That's
I still use Bandcamp.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, then I guess it's just me. Man, I should get back into that.
It would help you discover bands or what?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, basically.
That's where I found Riley. And I started listening to him. And then it wasn't until like a month later. I was like, they're from McAllen or
wow.
Edinburgh.
Dude,
that's
I
how I found out about City of Dawn. Like he does really good ambient music, and like I was a huge fan of that like a long time ago, like years ago. So I would just look up ambient stuff, and I was like, this guy's really good. Oh my god, I love his guitar. And then it turned out he's also from McAllen, and I was like,
Oh wow.
what? So yeah, love that like feeling of adventure you get on Bandcamp.
Camp was like my whole music taste in high school.
Yeah.
Dude, I found out Glare from Guitar Center in Brownsville. Literally, like the cashier, the guy was ringing me up for like some capo I was buying at that time. He was telling me like, hey, you're into like the local scene or something. And I'm like, no, actually, no, don't really check out that much. I was like 19 at the time. And he told me like, oh, you should check out this band called Glare. I'm like, oh, like what are they? Like they're kind of like shoegaze or alternative rock. And I'm like, okay, like what do you guys play? Like we're playing at what was it?
Wessel?
No, not Westland. It's because he was telling me that he was like filling in for them at that time. Forgot his name, but they were playing. Where was it? I think it was at Yerbira Cultura. He was telling me like, yeah, we're playing there, and you should check it out, see if you like it. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I went there, and I checked them out. Literally, only like 10 people were there watching Glare. I was one of those 10 people.
Surprisingly,
That was like, what year was that?
I was 19.
I
Or you
was-
were 19.
I was 19, so it was 2016.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That's around that time they were like, I think,
Glare barely started.
Yeah,
They barely started, I remember.
because I know they also had like Cat Ion or something like that.
Yes, Cat
Yeah.
Ion. I remember Cat Ion.
But surprisingly, I think my sister dated Rez from Glare, and I was like just a kid, and they were like, yeah, I know, right?
Back to Small World.
Back to Small World,
Small World,
but
yeah.
I remember being at my aunt's, just being a little kid,
Yeah.
and then my sister like brought him there, and like I saw him, and I was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she told me about Glare, and I was like, what? And she's like, you remember him? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's his band. And then we started the band,
Yeah.
and then we played with them like once, I think. And like I would see him at shows and stuff. And I'm just like, hey,
Yeah.
I remember seeing you like as a kid. That's weird.
I don't think we played with Glare. I think we bumped into Rez at a show.
No, we bumped into Rez, but I don't think we played with them.
Yeah, we haven't
But
played with them.
I bumped into them. I was just like, that's weird. We remember each other.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
interesting. Yeah, and like I think as you were saying, like there's some like kids now where they're from the valley, but they don't know like they're from the valley, so like they get surprised, like, oh yeah, like we're from here.
hmm
So I mean, it's
I think that's the instance for Riley. I've heard the most people don't know they're from the valley.
yeah.
Like people from the valley don't know they're from the valley.
I wonder when that's gonna change, where like people are gonna know our locals, and like people from the valley will start like knowing you guys' names. Because that's what I find really odd.
Me
like,
too.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Glare is already doing 500,000 monthly listeners, and that people still don't know who they are, like from the valley, is kind of like what?
All right.
Yeah. A lot of people
know, there's
here
a lot of
don't really
people.
listen to
And it's easy, like it's
rock music.
pretty easy to like just never notice all the music that goes on around here. Like I didn't know until like 2018. So
Yeah.
The average like people here, like the normal people, are mostly people who listen to Mexican music.
Yeah.
So more than likely, like they've never heard of Glare.
Yeah.
shout out to Grupo Frontera. Oh my god.
Oh, huge shout out to Grupo Frontera.
Yeah.
Not that they need it from us, but
They got
Yeah, Bummertrash is gonna turn
Bummertrash
banda.
endorsements.
we could be banda.
We're gonna be banda
We-
next.
yeah,
that's the new album.
Fuck
Forget
it.
the second
But
album.
one
I'll
more
rewrite it
Mexican
again.
song.
Yeah.
We're writing it.
You've heard of Bummertrash. Now get ready for Banda Trash.
Banda trash.
Hey,
Let's
there we
go.
go.
Let's go.
Banda.
Damn. You should try like once just to see like what happens. Like just do like a
Just a
serious
little
banda
song,
song,
yeah.
just to see how it does.
I can learn how to play trumpet. It's a little close to French horn.
Do one of the covers of their songs. Easy one. Easy views right there.
Imagine a Mexican version of Katana.
It's hard for me to imagine. I don't speak Spanish.
One thing I'm like super surprised about that I don't think no one's like ever brought up here in the scene is the fact that nobody's bringing bands from Mexico all the way over here. Like we were right next to Reynosa, Monterrey, and all that stuff. No one has been like bringing like Mexican indie or Mexican rock over here.
There was this one band that
Besides like King in Yellow.
Yeah, I was gonna
about to
say like
King in Yellow.
Yellow.
I was trying to remember the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, King in Yellow.
Such a good name. I know exactly where that's from. It's from a fucking book.
Yeah.
The King in Yellow.
King in
Oh.
Yellow.
Now that was a little anticlimactic. I was like, oh, look, King in Yellow.
But yeah, like there's all these like bands over there that I'm surprised like there hasn't been like a crossover yet between us and them. Considering it's just like 10 minutes away.
It's very well, I don't know. Most of them don't really have like I guess the time to make Visa cards or something. I don't know how it works. But you have to make a Visa and so to let you pass and shit. And you have to state your business, what it is.
We're bringing the old way. We're bringing to the tunnels.
It's just
I guess it could work if like you know somebody in Reynosa and then you tell them to get the instruments ready for you.
Yeah, just like
and then you
launch
just
them
like
over the
walk
wall.
over the bridge.
See, we got the solutions.
Yeah, there we go.
Just gotta implement it. The idea in motion.
That'd be fun. But I mean, what time is it? Oh, shit, it's almost 8. Let's see. Well, you have any other questions? I mean, we can start wrapping it up because I don't want to take up too much of your time either. We've been here for a while.
All the questions you asked us, I'm asking you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's
Now,
it.
what are your hobbies?
What are your hobbies?
Honestly, just learning how to improve being a promoter. Ever since that took over my life,
Yeah.
I've been like really obsessed on like, okay, how can I make a show become better? So whether it be like interaction with people, the business aspects of it, because you need to get better at negotiations. Because once you start dealing with agencies, it's a whole different ballgame. It's not like, oh, hey, Bummertrash, are you available this day? Can you do this much? Okay, cool. No, now it's like, let me talk to the band, and then let me talk to you, and then let me talk to your manager. Because they have a tour manager, then they have their booking agents, and then it's them.
Yeah.
And so communication, like, it slows down really, really bad.
Do you have to like sign any contracts or something?
Kind of through email. And then you have to like figure out a deal. Like it's not just like flat guarantee. Sometimes they want a versus deal. So like, for example, let's say I'm booking you guys and you're already was an agent. A common deal would be like 500 versus 70%. And so whatever's higher, whether it be $500 to guarantee or 70% of the show after expenses, that's what you guys get. Yeah,
crazy.
it's boring, but it's boring stuff. But like,
No,
you know,
that's interesting. Yeah, like at least me and Ollie, we were like running the shed. Now it's
Yeah.
just me. But like even then, like I'm thinking about it, I was like, man, yeah, because we've only been able to have one out of town band.
Mm-hmm.
They're from like Seattle, but we didn't even like have any part of the booking. Like they kind of just hit us up. It's because
Oh, wow.
they got in contact with Riley, and then Riley got in contact with us, like, hey, they want to come down.
okay, yeah.
And so like it's super interesting. I didn't even think about it like that. Going through agencies and shit.
And now, what was your thought process behind this creation of your new album? This Joe Martin, the Selected Works, like Volume 1. Like,
Joe Martin's
Yeah.
greatest hits.
Just one song. No, I mean, I thought about like making music. 'Cause, like after like hanging out with all you guys and just like talking with bands, I thought like, you know what, I want to get back into music just to do something fun. Because before I would play keyboard, and I was decent at it. I wasn't like the best, and then sometimes I would get discouraged because like I would see like very talented keyboardists here in the valley, like in our scene, especially like with Persepium, because Lincoln,
Yeah.
he is fucking fantastic. Like that's like one of the best keyboard players here, and I'm just like I can't do that.
Yeah, especially if like you're gonna play a show and you have to like follow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're like, how do I follow that?
You gotta follow that. No, it's kind of like no. And I know like Gusto has a keyboardist, and like they're all like really good musicians. And so I'm like, I'll just stick to yapping.
Okay.
I get the same way too. It's like, and then it hurts worse when they're younger than you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
come
because
on,
it's like barely
man. I can't-
18, 19, and I'm just like, damn.
But at the same time, I would say now would be the time to get into music if you want to.
Yeah.
For people out there,
the best time was yesterday. The second best time is today.
like compared to the scene before the pandemic and now, like now it's way more inclusive.
Yeah.
Like now it's way easier to start a band and then just start booking shows.
Yeah, start doing the open mics. Hello guys, I'm Joe Martin. This is my song.
Do, 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 do. Have one of those tracks where you just kind of just hold the one note.
The
And it's
one
like an
note.
ambient, like
Play the THX theme song, whatever. That loud. All right, thank you guys. That's it.
No, thanks for having us. It was fun.
Thanks for having us. It's been fun.
It's been fun.
And like one person yeah,
Yeah, I gotta book
and
us.
it's just some drunk guy.
You gotta book us.
Yeah. So I guess for the last thing, you guys can start like plugging in like your social media, your music, everything.
Bummertrash, Spotify, SoundCloud. I think iTunes. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's on iTunes apparently.
MySpace.
Probably is. If you can find the MP3s. I mean, if Frank was able to get them online, and anyone can.
Yeah.
What else do we got? New Bummerville album. Look out for it within the next 5 years or something. Shout out RJ for mixing this.
Their album, right?
Oh, the album too.
The album too, and this podcast.
Yeah, and this podcast.
Damn.
We love RJ. Can't wait to see him on the Joe Martin show.
Yeah, pretty soon. Let's happen
Editing
soon.
his own episode, making it sound perfect. I think that's all I got. Y'all got anything?
Anything else?
More Roach Motel is finally coming out. Like it should be. I wanted it to be 8 songs, but not. I mean, I just want to get these 4 like out already. So expect it in the next like 2 months. I don't know. It should be out eventually though.
Hooray.
And also, Logan and Frank have a lot of cool shit going on too.
I do?
Okay, well, like I think they do.
Oh. I mean, I guess what I can say, I guess I'll take the chance. If anybody is watching that's a musician too, I'm looking for band members for my own project. So hit me up.
The headlights. And
Hey,
it's actually
hey,
pretty
hey,
good.
hey,
So
hey.
you should tell them. Hey. Pick up the mic.
Damn.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.